get ready, because this is the Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox! Hit it!
All right, we are dwarves and we're digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Wicka, wicka, wow. This is the Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox, and I am your host, the mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. And that dwarf to my left, right? Come make a Macarena, is my brother from another mother, and a pretty cool fruit, knows where his towel is at. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the disapproving dad and the submissive brat. You know him as Stiznarky.
That's right,
we just call him just Starcher. How do you do, sir?
Mark, I'm so excited for tonight. You have no idea. You have
Ladies,
no idea.
Ladies, if you're looking for a guy that won't take you anywhere, you just want to hang out in his house, maybe clean his bathroom, this is your man.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
I mean, his wife, who is decidedly not poly, might have something to say about it, but maybe not.
She's all about having a housekeeper. So,
like if you could square like housekeeper and like girlfriend and juggle that, Jesse, more power to you.
Sure.
So we are talking tonight, Alestorm, Voyage of the Dead Marauder. We will get to that momentarily, but I want to talk to you, Jesse. Can I talk to you for a minute? Can I just talk to you?
I think so.
All right. No Robert Cooper tonight, by the way.
Nope. He's going to be hanging out with us some other time, I believe, but not tonight.
This is the second show that he's missed, and this is how you ended up becoming the co-host on Metal Hammer of Doom in the first place.
I do recall that, yeah.
Poor Robert. Well, we wish him well. We hope he comes back soon. Maybe next month. I don't even know what we're doing next month. I started looking at albums that are coming out, and there's a lot of meh, Jesse.
Well, I'll make a whole new album. We'll just cover that then.
Okay, this whole show is going to be the Metal Hammer of Jesse.
Please rename the show. Boy, you didn't expect that to happen.
Another show I lose to another guy that I started in podcasting. This is bullshit. I just make shows and give them away like fucking Santa Claus.
There you go.
Santa Claus makes like a little wooden car. Maybe sews up a doll, gives it to a little girly. Right? I make podcasts and then give them to friends. Here you go.
That's brilliant.
Go.
What a great gift. What a great gift.
That's right. I am Santa Claus. Good old Saint Nick.
Good old Saint Nick.
You know what the girlies call me, though?
Oh, please tell me.
They call me good old Saint Dick.
Oh, boy. I almost saw that one way down the road.
That was when you saw it coming, but you were like stunned and it hit you anyway.
It's like, he's not going to go there. Oh, shit. He went
right between the eyes, which is also what she said.
Oh.
Hey, I went out last night to the Orpheum in Tampa, and I saw Italian power metal band, which I'll tell you what, between Nano War of Steel and Wind Rose, I'm starting to think maybe the best power metal comes from Italy. What do you think about
really
that?
That's actually, I've heard a few bands, can't name them off the top of my head, but I'm certain. What was the
we got Lacuna Coil.
Oh yes.
And they're not power metal, but they are sexy. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, are they ever? But yeah, there's a lot of truth to what you're saying there. I think there's some great power metal that comes out of Italia.
Yes. So I saw Italian power metal band Wind Rose last night, and their whole thing, Jesse, I don't know if you know this or not, but their whole thing is they dress up as the dwarves from Lord of the Rings, and they sing songs that come from J.R.R. Tolkien's writings.
That's great.
Okay. They have a song called To Erebor.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I should have looked this up already, but you have to hear some of the names of these songs. Like, I saw them last night with, I brought my date to go see them. She didn't know anything about the band, but she wanted to hang out with me. I'm like, I'm going to go see dwarves sing power metal. She was like, that sounds mildly racist, but like, I like you, so I'll deal with it. So Wind Rose are an Italian power metal founded in 2009 in Pisa, Tuscany. They released 5 studio albums, the latest being Warfront in June of 2022. And they play a combination of power metal and folk metal. with lyrical themes inspired by J.R.R. Tolkien, especially the dwarves. And again, like, here's some of the singles, okay? Ready?
Oh, hit me with them.
The Returning Race, To Erebor, Drunken Dwarves, We Were Warriors, Gates of Ekrund, Together We Rise, Fellows of the Hammer.
Brilliant.
Absolutely outstanding.
I'm looking at Spotify right now.
Yep. Well, we have to talk about their big single.
Yes.
And I want to tell you my experience at the show last night. Xandria opened up for them. Sadly, they did not do their cover of I Would Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That, which my daughter and I do like car karaoke for. Just me and my daughter singing Meatloaf at each other. But Xandria is pretty cool. I enjoyed them. I was supposed to see them open up for Camelot back in September, but we way missed that. That was an early show, and I was just getting out of work, and then I had to take the 12-hour drive to fucking Orlando from Tampa.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a long drive. I'm exaggerating slightly, but
just a little bit.
It's a long drive.
It's within the same state, so I figured.
Yeah. So when by the time we got there, like Battle Beats had just gotten off stage, and so all I got to see was Camelot. So when I saw that Xandria was opening up for Wind Rose, and Wind Rose got some degree of popularity through TikTok, they were like, "Why? Like, what? Look at these dwarves singing power metal! Like, hot damn!" And like that. So, kind of like when they canceled WrestleMania because of the unknown virus of unnamed origin, where I had 87 people texting me about it. Like, the people just tripping over the couldn't wait to tell me WrestleMania got canceled. Okay, same thing here with Wind Rose, where 87 people are sending me TikToks of this dwarven metal band. So now I feel like, as a representative of the people, Jesse, I am, as we all know, a man of the people.
Yeah.
I felt like I had to check this out for myself.
Right.
So, and then I saw Xandria was opening, and I'm like, okay, I have a second shot now to see Xandria. So I met my date. We went and had dinner, which was great. And then we went to the show, and we missed some of Xandria, but not all of it. We were able to see a couple of songs. They didn't do Meatloaf, but that I was a little sad about. Then Wind Rose came out. And here's the thing about this show, and I need you to understand this. Marketing is like a real thing. And if you have merchandising that you can sell to idiots, you will make a lot of money.
Surprise.
So you go to a concert, Jesse. I know you've been to at least one or two.
Mm-hmm.
What do they sell there? They sell t-shirts, right?
T-shirts. That's right.
Hats, beanies.
Oh, yeah. Anything you can put a name on.
Right. It must not be cold, because normally you're wearing like your skull cap like you're about to mug somebody. But
yeah, I've got my big bald dome showing today.
Yeah, you certainly do. Fucking DJ artificial intelligence over here with his head showing. We'll get to that later. Yeah, but normally Jesse rocks a ski cap, and you can buy ski caps, regular ball caps, pins, right? They'll sell you physical copies of the album, vinyl, whatever. You know what this band was selling, Jesse?
Please tell me.
Inflatable pickaxes. Yes. In case you wanted to diggy hole.
Diggy hole. 54 million listens on Spotify. Their second highest was Drunken Dwarves with 11 million. Yeah. That's how popular Diggy Hole is.
You know, Diggy Hole is not even an original song. It's a cover.
It's a cover?
I just found that out. Yeah. Believe it or not.
Okay. All right. I feel like this is something that was created for kids. Because I think, honestly, I've heard Diggy Hole.
By the way, every time we do that, I want to be like, Diggy Hole? Diggy Hole? Like you're stretching a record.
Error. Let's see.
Bumbleclot. Wait, that's something else.
Okay, yeah, so this is probably what I recall this from. YouTube Yogg's Cast.
Yeah, I was just going to read that to you.
Okay, tell me about it.
All right, so according to the wiki, right, it's a little bit of our wiki rabbit hole that we like to go on.
Wiki diggy.
In December, wiki diggy. In December 2018, Wind Rose announced a deal with Napalm Records. The audience is now on fire, and the record of a new album. The recording of a new album. Yeah. June 6, 2019, Wind Rose released the first single to Napalm, Diggy Hole. a song originally written and performed by gaming YouTubers, the Yogscast.
Yeah.
As of February 2024, the video has been viewed 52 million times.
It is now at 66 million right now.
Of course it is. Of fucking course it is. The album Winter Saga was released on September 27th, 2019. So who are the Yogscast? The Yogscast is a British entertainment company. Yogscast Limited, also known as Yogscast, is a British entertainment company based in Bristol. It's the Bristol Hotel. It's the one of a kind. And then she won't make you stand online. All right. LL Cool J for you.
Thank you.
That primarily produces video gaming related videos on YouTube and Twitch, and also operates the Yogscast multi-channel network for affiliated content creators. Initially a group of online content creators, the Yogscast began activity in 2008 and formally incorporated as a company in 2011. So yeah, they wrote this song. And can you just imagine, can we talk about this for a moment? So you're this record company, you're Napalm, fucking Napalm, okay? You put out like death metal and black metal and progressive metal and just all the metal, right? And you sign this Italian power metal band. It's like, all right, this is already a silly concept, but metal is full of silly concepts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the folk metal genre in and of itself is a silly thing. So, all right, so these guys are fine. Like, all right, we've given you this money. Make us an album. Draw us some money. And they were like, okay, well, we need a single. Give us a single that's going to resonate with the people, with the metalheads. Give us a single that's going to signify to the world that Wind Rose, the dwarven metal band from Italy, is here and ready to kick ass. And they put out Diggy Diggy Hole. It's the Oppenheimer of music. Okay, Jesse? Here, are you going to give us Big Money Chris Nolan? Are you going to give us another Dark Knight? Are you going to give us another, Inception? Nope. I'm going to make a movie about the atomic bomb.
Yep. Wasn't expecting that to be such a hit.
And lo, these many months later, here we are, a club full of people, grown as adults. This was not children, Jesse. These were not dopey kids. This was old as fuck adults. Okay? Bearded, white, cisgendered, fucking bearded fat asses.
Oh, yeah.
And they're women who love them.
Yep.
With inflatable pickaxes, hopping up and down, going, I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. And let me tell you how I can't get that fucking song out of my head now.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a situation where it is the perfect, like, earworm. Yeah. And you have, it's good on Wind Rose for going like, let's use this. Why can't we?
Right.
And let's see what we can do with this thing. I mean, it's already got a huge.
Yeah, they had to be in the studio like eating spaghetti, right? They're just because they're Italian. They had to be in the studio. They're eating spaghetti, like Italians do. And
they're like, "Hey, what are we coming up with?"
Right? They're like, we got the right to we
got to talk like this.
We got to do this here, right there. Well, on Earth never stop a moving. Mario.
Canceled.
The best had to be my son doing that exact same bit earlier at dinner. And I don't know what fucking accent he was trying to do, but he was doing a lot of this. Ciao, baby. So anyway, so they're at the studio and they're eating spaghetti, right? And they're driving around on mopeds. They go, we gotta write a song for the Americans. We gotta get to be popular because we got the napalm of death.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like, well, I like it to play the video, the games. and
I watch a lot of YouTube.
I'm watching a lot of the YouTube, but I heard of the song, the diggity diggity hole. Diggity diggity hole? Yes. Are you...
Show it to me. I want to see this.
Yeah, show me your diggity diggity hole. I will show you my diggity diggity hole. And they're watching this fucking video. They're just like, we need to go and record the diggity diggity hole. You know what I mean? And here we are.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it already had an audience.
Yeah.
And I bet you a lot of these people that have these inflatable pickaxes that are at this show may have just learned about Wind Rose.
I guarantee you they only knew Diggy Diggy Hole.
Yes. Yeah. and the other thing is like they probably have kids too who have watched the YouTube, because that's essentially where you learn most of your stuff is from YouTube. That from your kids, I should say, that have watched YouTube. And I honestly think that that's how I know about Diggy Diggy Hole. But yeah, man, that is a great thing to adapt. I mean, they already got the gimmick.
Yeah, like it fits perfectly. Like we're making fun, but you know, we are dwarves and we're digging a hole. Okay, well, that's dwarf shit, right?
Yes,
and sir. It fits perfectly, and the tune is really catchy. Like all of it just works. It's one of those lightning in a bottle things, and it's so unique because I can't really think of anything like it. Like we've talked in the history of the Metal Hammer of Doom, we've talked a lot of Corpora Cloney, you know, and what was their thing? You know, let's be in the woods and all pagan, but also alcoholics.
Yeah.
And so we have songs about vodka and beer. And tequila, because you know that's big in pagan woods stuff.
Oh yeah, happens all the time.
Yeah. So, long story short, the inflatable pickaxes cracked me up because, like, and there wasn't just that. Like, I think they were selling the inflatable pickaxes, but people brought their own. Like, people had like inflatable shovels.
That's great.
Yeah, people like an inflatable spades. Like there was all kinds of like, we are ready to dig holes and mosh pit. And they did. There was a pit going on for a little while there in the show, you know, to certain songs. I have to say, like, I'm sitting here like, oh, they only knew Diggy Diggy Hole, but like people were really into the whole show. Real quick, and we'll actually our first video of the night, I picked Wind Rose, Diggy Diggy Hole. So if people don't know what the fuck we're talking about,
oh, beautiful,
playing the video. Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, I took my date to this, and she was a trooper. She stood for most of the show, and then at some point she was like, I have got to go sit the fuck down. So I took her to go sit down, and I sat with her. I was like, you know, like the last couple of shows I've been to, I haven't really been as into getting myself beat to shit like I used to.
That's good.
And I'll tell you why, Jesse. Do you want to know why?
Tell me why.
I don't recover as fast as I used to. Like I was in the pit for ministry, and I hurt for days.
Yeah.
You know,
I get it.
I didn't go in the pit for Pantera, but I pulled a muscle yelling.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Man.
You know, I thought I was going to need to be hospitalized after Machine Head because I yelled a little too loudly. Let freedom ring with a shotgun blast.
Yes, sir. That's
better.
You got to do that though.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been since I changed jobs and I've been walking around more, and you know, I've been able to build up the strength of my back and legs. I'm better about stuff like that. But for the most part, like I don't have the urge to be in the mosh pit and get the shit beat out of me like I used to. And it's not that I don't enjoy it, you know, because who doesn't enjoy getting the shit beat out of them, right there, sexy?
Oh yeah.
Where, by the way, you still got that spanking bench?
Of course.
Okay, just slightly off camera.
Right over there.
Kids are just like, why do we have this X in here? Is this like a mutant thing? It's like, yeah, that's exactly it. It's not a St. Andrew's cross.
I love the X-Men. The
X-Men. Anyway, enough about Jesse's BDSM needs.
Lots of them.
By the way, do your like friends from like Kapow and shit ever listen to this show and be like, what are you talking about? What? Jesse, is that for real? And you're just like, no, he's such an idiot though.
They love you, Mark.
Okay. Oh, I love them too. Anyway, so I sat her down, and I, you know, like I didn't feel the need to be in the pit. I was okay to be with her. It was like our like first like real date together, so I didn't really just want to abandon this poor woman. And I sat with her, and then I told her, I'm like, but I'm gonna give you a warning. Like, I'm okay to be here, but as soon as they play Diggy Diggy Hole, you're gonna see a mark-sized puff of smoke as I go running to the stage to get footage for TikTok.
Must like be with my people.
Yeah, I must go be with the dwarves of Erebor. And she was like, and this is why I know she's a good girl. She understood. She was like,
that's
yes,
good.
You need to go be with your people. And so I did. I knew right about when they were going to play the song because I looked it up on setlist.fm. and I heard it, and I was just like, all right, deuces. I fucking ran.
I'll see
My
you.
it was like a Superman thing. Because like my TikTok starts with me running to the stage, so you just see like the camera swooping, then it centers in, and these Italian dwarves eating spaghetti. There are diggity and then
Right there on stage.
It's just bowls of spaghetti everywhere. They do a dance remix of this. Have you heard the dance remix of Diggy Diggy Hole?
I noticed that was on Spotify. That was like the third most listened to.
If you have a chance, you need to hear the dance remix and like get your kids and have a dance party.
That's silly.
Yeah,
That is silly.
Make sure you get some ketamine.
Oh yeah. We're having a party, kids.
Get some ketamine, get some Molly. Make sure you have some bottles of water. You don't want to dehydrate.
Don't want to dehydrate.
All right, Jesse. Enough of this silliness. You ready to hear some Diggy Diggy Hole?
Let's get into some. Yeah, let's get real serious and talk about watch Diggy Diggy Hole here.
All right. Oh, I did not set this up right at all. That's all right. I'm a little off my game tonight.
That's okay.
You know, yeah,
we do this once a month. It's all right. Audience is now on fire.
Dun, 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 dun. I like that these bands now have to like put their name in the video like it's credits.
Yeah, I love it.
You're watching a fucking movie.
We are at a great era for music videos.
So if you buy the Diggy Diggy Hole t-shirt, they use that font.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, it actually says on it, "We are dwarves and we're digging a hole," and then on the other side it says "Diggy Diggy Hole." Look at this.
Oh well,
it's like a movie.
We do have credits. All right,
there they
here
are.
we go.
There they are. They put their spaghetti down for this.
Oh wow.
So I legit didn't know if they were full-size men or not.
That's funny.
I really thought they were midgets.
Turns out they are not.
He looks especially midgety. Like the rest of them look like real, like you
Wow.
know, like normal-sized men. But come on, man, he looks a little midgety, don't you think?
Okay, sure.
I mean, maybe he's just short and fat. Who knows? Probably too much spaghetti.
Well, no. Never can have too much spaghetti.
You might have too much spaghetti. Then you can't shit. It comes out of your eyeballs.
This dude looks like the dwarven priest that I play at Dragon Age.
Is he a midget too?
Oh, he's about this tall.
Okay.
Tabletop.
I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. My kids and I were singing this at dinner yesterday.
Yeah, see, this thing's going to get stuck in my head, dude.
Oh, yeah. I've ruined you for the next week or so.
Yeah, might as well. I'll be waking up. That's when the shit, you start to realize that something's stuck in your head. When you wake up in the morning and it's there.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen with this.
Here's my question. What are they making? What are they forging? Because you know,
I saw it was curved. It looked like, I don't know.
Well, do you remember when we talked like Frosty the Snowman and there wasn't a snowman in the fucking video?
Right. Not a damn hole anywhere here.
They're not digging a hole. Not a one. This is bullshit.
Maybe they are crafting the awesome
shovel.
Yeah, a shovel. It's
maybe
a shovel.
they're crafting a pickaxe. They're dirty like dwarves.
This is 2015 that the original, not this video, but the original was 9 years ago.
Okay.
Minecraft was huge. And I noticed that one of the other top videos that they had on Yogscast was a Minecraft related video. So I have this strange feeling that that's kind of related in some way, possibly, because that's what you do in Minecraft. You play some Minecraft, Mark?
Dig holes? No. I tried to play Minecraft once. I didn't understand it. Oh, look, it's the end of the video, and they've got their accoutrement.
You don't say
they are ready to dig a hole.
You're digging a hole and not dig a hole. Yeah.
They are also just lackadaisical about this whole operation.
Once they finally start to dig, they will find Tarz's snowman, Frosty the Snowman.
They all get turned to snowmen.
the elusive parts of both videos.
The fucking Napalm Records connected universe.
The cinematic universe. Oh my gosh. That's perfect.
That's what the world needs. So as they're marching, one thing I did notice is that the singer is a full-size man.
Well, that's good.
Oh, they're digging a hole. They're digging a
Here we
hole.
go.
They're digging a hole, Jesse.
It's about time this paid off.
Okay, they could teach Charge a thing or two about not baiting and switching.
Yeah, I agree. Look at their hand a few more times or something. I don't know. That's a Tarja thing.
So they dug a hole.
I'm glad. What did they find? They found some gold, I'm sure.
They
look at that.
Found some precious minerals.
There's an emerald or something.
Yes.
Oh, that's a diamond.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to throw these lyrics into the word counter.
What grade level? First.
First grade. It would be the lowest I've ever seen.
Like, this makes Kid Rock look like Henry David Thoreau.
Oh, man.
Digging a hole. I can't help it, though. It's so catchy. I am a dwarf. I'm going to do this at karaoke one day.
That's perfect.
I did fuck like an anchor at karaoke. I had to do it at spooky karaoke, though.
Not
I'll tell you what, Jesse. Can I talk to you for a minute?
I think so.
Let me just talk to you for a minute.
Talk to me for a minute.
You have to know your audience for karaoke.
Really?
Okay. If you go to spooky karaoke at, say, the Speakeasy, there's an audience there for Fucked Like an Anchor by Alestorm.
Okay. All right.
Okay? But you can't go to, say, the nude resort that skews older, because they're not going to accept Fuck Like an Anchor by Alestorm. They will accept All That Jazz. Facts can confirm.
Okay.
They will accept, The Doors or Kenny Rogers. They might even go as far as Big and Rich. Why does everyone want to kick my ass? Because it's still country. And these are older white folks, you see.
They can handle it. They can handle it, right?
So if you're singing karaoke to a clothing optional audience that skews older, you got to stay in like the country music and classic rock milieu. You can start getting into the pirate metal, or like one girl did one night, Black Number One by Typo Negative, which is about 8 hours long. Again, know your audience. Just know your audience. No Typo Negative goes to the Speakeasy. And you keep like the classic rock with the elder folk at the clothing optional karaoke resort.
I have a question.
Is it about being clothing optional? Because I
no.
I knew this day would come, Jesse.
No, I'm afraid not. This is about karaoke.
Don't tease me.
It's been a few years now. I don't know if I've told you this, but my aunt at one time had a karaoke business.
Oh, did she?
Yes. Now
that
optional? It was it was in Ohio, pre-standard fare.
Okay.
Right.
In Ohio, it's quite cold, so I would imagine even if it was clothing optional, the option was to stay fucking warm.
You want to stay warm. So now I remember how all the stuff that went into that, all the CDs that she used to have. So like I'm sitting there thinking about like Fucked with an Anchor. I'm really surprised like they can find just the tune for that. I'm really surprised that there's an actual karaoke version, or maybe the technology's all changed now to where they could just take a song, remove the vocals, which I know I've seen done before, but I didn't know they've done it in karaoke. Any idea how that works? Or did they actually go, oh yeah, I've got it right here?
Well, the Party Biatch at that's his actual name. He's Party Biatch at the various.
That's great. That's perfect.
I have lived.
That is perfect.
I have lived a life, Jesse. The Party Biatch, who does music, bingo, and karaoke at various places, and he heads up the karaoke at the Speakeasy in Ybor here in Tampa. He uses YouTube.
Okay. Oh.
So he finds lyric videos on YouTube, and that's what you do for karaoke. So
is there actual vocals coming in along with your vocals, or
I guess he's doing something to try to like tune. I don't know how he does it because I've asked him, because I did 100011100001 and he just found a lyric video for it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's yeah. So I know there's probably some kind of piece of technology that he uses, software of some sort to do that. There right now there is I'm throwing this out here because this does relate to it, but there is a YouTube channel that's called AI Sponge, and it is 5-minute quick AI produced or AI spawned SpongeBob episodes. And it's crazy, but one of the things that they do is they will also run a song, and like SpongeBob will come out in front of an audience and they will sing like some of the craziest songs in SpongeBob's tone, but I'm like Smash Mouth, but instead it's SpongeBob singing Smash Mouth. And I've heard last night there was a Korn song that was played. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because there has to be some type of software that they use that grabs a YouTube video, because you can see the YouTube video link that it grabs, and it's to the Korn song, I would assume, but it replaces the vocal somehow automatically with software with SpongeBob's, which is crazy, and it does it just like that. So that's got to be what something
that's what
similar
I'm thinking.
to what
that's what I'm thinking he does, because like I said, he would grab. Because like if he can find it on YouTube, you can do it for karaoke, and so that's what I ended up doing. Fuck Like an Anchor by Alestorm. So I ended up doing 100011. Etc.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and there was some really like one guy did like an anime song. Like, there's no fucking way somebody has that in the karaoke.
Nah, dude, man. Yeah, like I said, back in the day, my aunt had like stacks of like fucking folders of and then you had to have the booklet and find the one you wanted. Okay, I got to go grab the disc and put it in.
We were talking about that actually at the last karaoke I went to. Just like, so I went to do karaoke at Lowry Parkade. Now, Jesse, you might want to come down to Tampa and come to the Lowry Parkade. It's classic arcade games, like anything from like Donkey Kong, or like like the games that we used to do podcasts for, like that 4-player X-Men, or why should it go well? The fucking Captain America and the Avengers, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-player. Welcome to Die. The Radulich and Broadcasting Network motto, welcome to Die. It's got like Rampage, but it also has like these really cool pinball machines. And then I know, because you're a huge drinker, it's also a tap room. So they do a karaoke night on Thursdays, which I've been to, and that guy, like, God, everything is through cell phones now. Like I don't know what the next evolution of this is going to be, but right now, to do anything in this world, order food. Hey Jesse, remember when we were in Cleveland, you didn't know how menus worked or restaurants? Now, having heard your
structure, I don't know.
Having heard your pleas for a simpler way, they just put fucking QR codes on tables now, and you scan them with your phone, and you order food that way. That's where the menus are.
Man, oh man,
that's
great.
I mean, it works really good if you're constantly changing your menu, like you're like a pop-up or something, or like your gastropub, and you're constantly like changing things around, changing prices, changing food items. You can do it easily enough. You don't have to keep reprinting menus. Because God forbid you hand somebody a paper menu, they'll just shove it up your ass.
Oh,
it was to bend you over the pool table and shove it right up your anus. No one will accept a paper menu, Jesse. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Nope.
God help you if you laminate that thing. You can't get that out of your ass for a while.
At
least you can shit. You can shit the paper. You ever try shitting You ever try shitting out a laminated menu? It's hard, literally.
Of all the fucking things you've said on this podcast, there's been quite a few things. That's up there.
All right. Let's move on. It's just like, this is gonna be a short show because I don't know if I can take him tonight. So let's go ahead and talk some Alestorm. How about that, Jesse?
Yeah, let's do it.
So Alestorm, as you may know, are a Scottish heavy metal band formed in Perth, Scotland. The music is characterized by a pirate theme, and as a result, they have been dubbed a pirate metal band by many critics and their fan base. I love this fucking Wikipedia entry, by the way.
Like Alestorm's like, well, don't label us.
We're not pirates, okay? We sing about our experiences as naval. Like, wait, they know they're a pirate band.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, why are we dancing around this fucking thing? All right.
Yeah, I need to find the guy who wrote this Wikipedia entry and be like, just say they're a pirate metal band, you asshole. Like, they're not gonna argue with you about it. Like, hey. You know, don't tell Napalm Records.
Don't miss genre them.
Right. The group currently consists of lead vocalist, guitarist Christopher Bose, who is a good friend of the old what's the other pirate band that we like? Rum Ahoy.
Rum Ahoy. I just listened to that tonight because we were listening to this.
Yes.
The old Captain Yarface.
That's right. Bassist Gareth Murdock, drummer Peter Alcorn, keyboardist harsh vocalist Elliot Vernon, and guitarist Máté Bobo Bodor. After signing them to Napalm Records in 2007, their debut album, Captain Morgan's Revenge, was released January 25th, 2008. Black Sail at midnight. The band's second album was released on May 27, 2009. The band's third album, Back Through Time, was released June 3rd, 2011. Their fourth album, Sunset on the Golden Age, which we reviewed, was released on August 2014. Their fifth album, No Grave But the Sea, which is where Fuck Like an Anchor comes from and really made this band popular, came out May 26, 2017. We also reviewed that. Jesse, what is your long... I know the answer. This is a rhetorical question. It's rhetorical, Jesse. What's your favorite iteration of No Grave But the Sea?
Oh my goodness. This is the all dogs version.
I set you spiky, baby.
Yeah, that is a
Jesse, hang on. Jesse, you're a weird motherfucker.
I'll take it.
Okay. Look, I'm like the normal one of this podcast. I'm into sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Here's Jesse, like, who's just a fucking weirdo. Like, you know what I liked about No Grave But the Sea? What's that, you fucking weirdo? Jesse?
Oh, it's the all dogs version. Oh my gosh.
Alestorm.
Every track that you had on the album, just put 4 dogs at the end. And what's crazy is some of these versions of the 4 dogs versions on Spotify have more listens than the regular versions of those songs.
We are such a stupid culture.
I think it's great. I think it's
we're just fucking fat dwarves eating spaghetti, listening to music sang by dogs. I don't understand us.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that just right there solidified my love for this band because of how absurd and how far they would take the absurd. Sometimes.
You made me listen to the fucking dogs thing, and I hated you for it. I was like, I don't want to listen. This is dumb. I don't need to hear Alestorm sung by dogs. And you're like, no, you do though. I'm like, stop making me. At some point, this became like a weird BDSM thing with you and I. Could like, no, listen to it. I don't want to, Daddy.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Why are you making me listen to this? Because and you were obsessed with it for like the longest time. Like this is when we talked about Alestorm, you just kept going back to to the fucking dog version.
and what's great about that is that it's a all ages version of Alestorm too. I mean, you have Fucked by an Anchor for dogs. I mean, you can't play the regular version of that for the kids.
I most certainly can. Thank you very much.
Let's try that again. You shouldn't.
Don't you comment on my parenting, sir.
But you can play the 4 dogs version of it.
Let me tell you how she no longer lives here, but when one of the other bonus kids lived here, she was a sullen, grumpy child. She felt unloved, not seen. She had to act out to get attention. And all she wanted was for someone to love and understand her. And Jesse, you judgmental thing, you. I played for her because I am a good parent. I am a father for all the children. Again, Saint Nicholas.
Okay.
And I played for this angry, mistreated child fucked with an anchor. And I have never seen her happier.
Oh my
God. She just her whole she aged into this beautiful princess. She smiled and the sun grew crops in desert lands.
Wow.
She was so happy. I had to keep playing it for her. She was like, again. She up till that point I was just Mark, but then after that it was like, play it again, Dad. Like that is the impact on children Fucked with an Anchor has, Jesse. I don't know why you deny the children.
The magic of Alestorm.
That's right.
You are correct.
For the longest time, my son made everyone that got in the car listen to it.
It's funny.
Clearly the greatest song ever written.
Yes. Yeah. Can't deny it.
And a very popular hit when you go to karaoke. Like, legitimately, I've sung some good tunes. I've sung some other ones where maybe my voice didn't quite carry the way that I wanted it to. But I had never had people walk up to me all night and tell me how good I was until I sang "Fuck with an Anchor." Dude, one guy called me out.
Really now?
He was like, shout out to the guy who did the pirate song. Alrighty.
Nice.
So, anywho, so that's
No Grave But the Sea. Good
the
one.
sixth album, Curse of the Crystal Coconut, was released May 29, 2020. Because I don't know if you know this or not, Jesse, but your pirate ship can eat a bag of dicks.
Oh, yes. Zombies ate my pirate ship. Shit boat.
Yes. Pirate. Speaking of catchy, speaking of really catchy, simple songs, your pirate ship can eat a bag of dicks. Your pirate ship can eat a giant bag of dicks.
It's good stuff, man.
Ever sing that one around the kids, Jesse?
Can't say that I have.
And then finally, we've reviewed all of these, by the way.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And then finally, the seventh and most recent album, Seventh Rum of a Seventh Rum, was released on June 24th, 2022. So tonight, I just wanted, before we get into it, we're going to be reviewing. We don't do EPs much. We didn't do EPs much on the Metal Hammer of Doom because we needed to do full albums. But since we've changed formats, we're kind of open to doing just about anything. So they just released an EP. They just released an EP, Voyage of the Dead Marauder. It came out March 22nd, 2024, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Let's just talking about Alestorm for a few minutes before we get into that review and the video for it. I think when I think about our reviews of Alestorm, there's the sea shanty-ish ones. There's the ones that are a little bit closer to traditional metal, but lyrically they're still pirate themed. And then there's just the overtly silly stuff. There's nothing to do with anything. Like it's just really funny. They definitely ride that line between like comedy band and like heavy metal band,
Oh yeah.
What's your other than anything that was sung by a dog? What other Alestorm songs do you like?
So real quick to follow up on the dogs, the very next album that they had a whole other bonus album as well, but it was all chiptune. They did all.
Oh, that was
songs.
Another one where you just rambled on about that for hours.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Wasn't it like your thing for a while? Was chiptune?
I'm still a chiptune guy. I actually got a whole album full of chiptunes. We'll talk about that here in a few. But yeah, because I'm a big album guy now. I create albums all the time.
Yeah, Jesse's way too big for this podcast as he's become. You've heard of the Prodigy? Well, this is the Jesse G.
No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, as far as like their content goes, I gravitate. I definitely love the silly stuff. Being a fan of Weird Al Yankovic, anything that is absurd, silly, I will absolutely love that. If they could do it, and they do that well. I mean,
yeah.
If you are a part of their Facebook group, wait till you start seeing the references of beans everywhere and ducks just popping up all over the place. And you're like, what the hell is going on? That's their culture. It's so let's say it's the Alestorm culture. It's weird. It's strange. They're out there.
When I saw them last year when they were touring, and they had a thing with an inflatable duck on stage, and you would have thought they were like throwing out money. People went insane. It was almost like everyone had an inflatable pickaxe. It was insane.
Right, dude. Right.
The other thing about Alestorm, obviously every band has mosh pits now. It's just a thing. Every band has people doing circle pits. Every band has mosh pits. Not every band has these autistic, fucking goofy white motherfuckers sitting on the floor rowing a boat. That's a select group of bands.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
When did this become a thing?
I know.
And I thought it was just going to be a monomoth. Nope, they do it for fucking Alestorm. I watched them do it. One guy tried to get me to do it. He was just like, "Come on, row with us," and I'm like, "No, this isn't a boat. You're on a floor with no water."
No, buddy. You gotta immerse yourself in the experience.
Okay.
All right.
Your immersion can eat a bag of dicks.
I don't know why you're depriving yourself of sitting on a nasty ass floor at a club and rowing.
A bunch of other goofy white guys.
Right.
As confused girls look on in disdain.
Oh, well, the one girl that's like sitting down beside you and rowing with you, she's the one. She's the one.
She's the one.
She is the one. Now, Ice-T wrote a song called There's a Bitch in the Pit.
Mm-hmm.
What would that song be? There's a hoe in the boat.
There's a hoe rowed a boat.
Oh shit. Anyway, we also, Wooden Leg.
Mm-hmm.
They do a great job of continuing stories throughout these albums and building a lore to some of the stuff that they talk about.
Well, we're going to talk about that with Voyage of the Dead Marauder, about one of the things that makes Alestorm really distinct, even in like the silly genre of pirate metal, is their ability to weave a coherent tale.
Yeah. Like
every song that gets into like a story about somebody, whether it's, Nancy the Tavern Wench, or, we'll talk about momentarily being a pirate on Lake Saskatchewan. Like, these are some well-told stories. Like this, like we were talking about with Wind Rose, the whole like concept of folk metal, and depending on which band you're talking about, sometimes that element of folklore gets lost, or it's not easily drawn out because of the style of music.
Right.
And with Alestorm, to their credit, it is very apparent.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So obviously, so I like going all the way back to the beginning. I think I first got turned on to them with Captain Morgan's Revenge. And I'll tell you, like those early, I think they were still trying to figure out what they were, because they were very married to the pirate metal concept at the time.
Was it more serious?
Yeah, it was a little bit more like, let's not be too stupid. And then I think they realized they were doing pirate metal. Like, this is all stupid.
Yeah.
And that's where they got popular.
They realized that they wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
And let's put it in our music.
Yep. All right. You ready to hear another? You ready to see another video?
Oh yeah.
See another video?
Absolutely.
Hear and see another video?
I'd like to do both.
Okay. You could just see it and then not hear it.
All right then.
What?
Napalm. Continuing the cinematic universe. Here we go.
Yeah. Here's the as we build our Justice League of the bands. So yeah, this is Voyage of the Dead Marauder, featuring Patty Gurdy. Patty Hurdy-Gurdy.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what a Patty Gurdy is.
You're about to find out.
Does she play the hurdy-gurdy? That's what I want to know.
I do not know.
Tattooed?
I don't know if it's actually tattooed.
Hey Jesse, remember when we stopped doing videos because we got sick of all of them taking place in a fucking warehouse?
Essentially, Sir Mix-a-Lot jumped the shark.
Dancing in the
spark. You don't go any. That's why everybody does this in a warehouse now.
Right. Sir Mix-a-Lot did. Oh, that cat is dead.
Ooh, oh goodness.
What is that? Is that a hurdy-gurdy?
I have no idea. You're gonna have to look that shit up. I don't know what a hurdy-gurdy is.
That's what you're here for.
Oh fuck,
Mr. Fucking Alestorm for dogs.
How many Alestorm songs do you remember that have a female vocalist in it? Not too many.
Not too many. Yeah.
I think there are a couple.
She has a really pretty voice for someone that doesn't sing opera.
Yeah. Hurdy-gurdy. There it is. First, I only got HUR out and Google knew what the hell I was talking about.
The AI was very aware. By the way, I keep telling everybody that when Skynet takes over the world, you will be his first general.
Great. That is a hurdy-gurdy, I believe.
Okay. I'm glad we got that established.
Yeah, a string instrument that produces sound when a hand-turned wheel rubs against the strings.
Doesn't now. I really like this song, by the way.
Yeah, it's a serious Alestorm song when you listen to it. It's telling a story. I mean, if you can get past whatever the hell his shirt says, which I'm sure is something silly.
What is the story of this video?
I believe there's witchcraft involved.
Yeah. And a warehouse.
At a warehouse.
With
a little bit.
With no sparks.
No, this is before sparks. They can only use fire. Okay,
this is traditional fire.
There's some really anachronistic shit going on here. There's warehouses and witchcraft, and then we got fire, no sparks.
She's burning the fuck out of that like skull that she's got there.
Yeah, I agree.
What? So they're in a warehouse, but they're like back in the days of yore, doing witchcraft.
I mean,
what are their instruments plugged into? There's no. Electricity hadn't been invented just yet. I mean, this isn't quite Sepultura playing out in the desert.
Look, you've got to not... Have you not learned anything talking to Chris Bailey? All right, stop deconstructing things.
Oh, my God. Yeah, stop deconstructing things that I enjoy with childhood wonder.
Stop it. Divorce yourself from the criticism.
Okay. I have questions.
Electric guitars existed in 1650.
So everybody else in this band seems to be like dressed for kinda what's happening in this video, except for Chris Bose.
Yeah,
he's got a ball cap on. Like I can't. I just can't, Jesse.
Well, you're just going to have to. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Why are they dirty? Have they just dug a hole?
Well, wait till you see the after credits of this fucker. Here comes Wind Rose walking into the warehouse.
Just fucking everybody up.
Actually, no. What happens is all of a sudden shit starts coming up from the floor, and these guys emerge. They're like, oh shit.
They are dwarves and they just dug a hole.
Dawn of Justice is about to happen. All right.
And that was Voyage of the Dead Marauder.
Was a good song. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a more serious Alestorm tune that female vocalist done very well.
All right, so that is Voyage of the Dead Marauder, as we said. And so there's no Wikipedia entry, but Napalm, the audience is now on fire, has an entry for the Voyage of the Dead Marauder Digisleeve. It says infamous metal pirates Alestorm returning with another batch of mischief, Jesse. On their new EP entitled Voyage of the Dead Marauder, which came out March 22nd, 2023 via Napalm. The EP arrives as the successor to their epic 7th studio album, Seventh Run of a Seventh Rum, which peaked at number 7 on the German charts.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And number 5 on both U.S. current hard music and top new artist albums. Once more, Alestorm collaborated with producer Lasse Lammert, who produced, recorded, mixed, and mastered the new EP and is known for his work with fellow genre greats Gloryhammer, who I saw, and hey, Wind Rose. Well, it all comes together, Jesse.
The cinematic universe right there.
That's right. The EP breaks loose with the epic title track Voyage of the Dead Marauder, an accelerating anthem featuring an appearance from returning guest favorite Patty Gertie, giving the track some extra spice with a hurdy-gurdy performance and captivating vocals. Well, there it is. It all adds up.
Well, there it is. I knew what we were talking about was right. Yeah, sure.
So, the crew sails forth with Uzbekistan, delivering a classic Alestorm track in trademark pirate metal style, breaking into an intense middle passage before unleashing a wild synth-laden pirate party full of breakdowns and intense screams. Can we talk about Uzbekistan for a second?
Sure.
So the whole thing with Uzbekistan is that they have decided, kind of like when I tell people that don't know movie references and have seen movies or don't know the music that I listen to, that they have no culture. They must be from a place of no culture, and that place is Belarus.
Okay.
Okay. So I say to people like, oh, you've never heard of the Yabada? Okay, well, you must be from Belarus, where they don't have culture. Which, as an aside, I've now done that at work so many times. People are beating me to the punch.
Yeah, I'm from Belarus.
Yeah, I can't even get a dig in anymore or a diggy hole because they're just like, it's like, oh, I went to go see Godzilla, King Kong, New Empire. Well, I don't know anything about that. I'm from Belarus.
Damn it! I'll just go sit down.
I guess I'll just go do work. Shit. Oh, fuck.
Taking my fucking bit here.
Yeah, really. I fucking commies. Anyway, so much like Belarus, Uzbekistan apparently is a place where it's a pirate haven. Uzbekistan is like the most Isley's cantina, but it's a whole country.
Oh wow, okay.
You've heard of Uzbekistan, right?
I've heard of it. I don't know much about it though.
The song. You've heard the song.
Oh, the song. Yeah, I fucking heard the song. Yes.
It's one of them Stan countries. Oh, Pakistani.
It's actually between Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan.
God bless you.
Afghanistan is right beside it too. You get the old.
Yes, Uzbekistan was one of the former Soviet satellites.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Pirate Haven. All right. I mean, I listened to this song. I'll tell you right now, I wasn't like really. My socks were still on. They were not blown off.
So. They were not blown off, Jesse. Would it have helped if it was sung by a dog?
Yes. Yes.
What if it was sung by a dog, but also a chiptune?
A chip-tuned dog? I mean,
I don't know what chiptune is. I'm just making fun of you.
No, actually, I think that would be perfect. A chip-tuned dog would be awesome.
Perfect. So yes, Uzbekistan is the perfect place for pirates. That's what the song says. What do you think about that?
Well, that's great.
I like the song. I think Voyage of the Dead Marauder is like maybe more mainstreamy, more crowd pleasing. Like if I had to pick an Alestorm song to play for the Straits, I might play for him Voyage of the Dead Marauder. But I think like what would I listen to? What would I play for an angry child that's just looking for someone to love her? I might play Uzbekistan.
Okay. I just thought it was pretty interesting that it seems that Alestorm, I was getting there. Alestorm has a song on just about every album about a place.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Tortuga?
Yes, I do remember Tortuga.
Tortuga. Just taking a look here, we could see on No Grave But the Sea, there was a song called Mexico.
That's a place.
That is a place. As along with Uzbekistan.
Yes, Uzbekistan is a real place, Jesse.
And let's see if there's anything on the Sunset from the Golden Age.
It's like Corporal Kalani with the alcohol songs.
Right. Nothing on Sunset on the Golden Age. So unless you want to count Magnetic North something. But anyway, I just find it interesting that, hey, while you get to enjoy your pirate metal, you can also learn a little bit about geography as well.
That's right. You can find out where Uzbekistan is.
Well, I just figured it out. It's between some stands.
And then
sure.
It's a lot of stands.
There is a lot of stands in that area.
All right. So, the last Saskatchewan pirate will transform any gathering into a packed pirate pub with its jolly flute melody, conveying a freeing, energetic mood before sea shanty 2. All right. So let me stop there. Yes.
Oh no, go ahead. You're stopping on last Saskatchewan pirate.
Yeah, I love this song. I think it's great. I like the idea. I think it's actually prophetic because I think, it's hard times out there, Jesse. You work for years like a dog, and then at the end of your time, they just give you a watch. They send you on your fucking way.
That's almost what Dusty Rhodes said.
And then many years later, your son will take 2 years to beat a Samoan for his title.
WrestleMania.
But goddamn it, he finished the story.
He did. He did too.
Almost before anyone stopped giving a shit. So, anywho, wrestling. It's hard times out there, Jesse. I know you know that. The dollar doesn't go as far as it used to because of inflation.
That's for sure.
People are working 2-3 jobs just to pay rent.
Ubering.
Yeah. Destroying your car in the process. Yeah. I don't do that anymore. The wear and tear is costly. Remember when you've been driving since, like the late 70s, yeah?
Sure. I was married in the 70s, but I didn't start driving until the 90s. But go ahead.
That's right. You were betrothed.
I was. I come out of the womb, and they were already had everything figured out.
I have a fine boy for your pretty daughter that we shall marry them when they turn teens. You remember when you were driving, and you need an oil change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to the place, get yourself an oil change. Costs $20.
Usually,
every time I bring my car now for fucking service, it's like $1,000 every time.
Ooh.
There's always like a filter needs changing, tires need rotating, a belt needs replacing, brakes need tightening, and everything is $1,000. Yeah, I don't fucking Uber anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
It's a little costly.
So anyway, back to so my point being with all of this that $1 doesn't go as far. It's hard times out there. You might just think about joining the jihadi movement, or, and hear me out on this, becoming a pirate.
I'm listening.
Okay, so in the song, you see, really thought you'd just pick up there and say something.
I was waiting.
In the song, the whole idea is the guy loses his job, he can't get another one, so he's going to become a pirate on the Saskatchewan River.
Brilliant.
Did you not listen to the album?
No, I listened to the album because in the album he's talking about, or in that song he's talking about seeing the skull and crossbones on the Virginia Sea.
Yeah,
it's not not Virginia, Virginia Sea.
Yeah, my son thought that was hysterical, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And it's not like they don't drive that home with the very last bit of the song either, where the guy's like, Virginia.
That might have been my son. Vagina, Dad. Dick. Anyway, I love the concept of the song, is what I'm trying to say in my own tortured way. It's a great song, but like this is another one where there's a very clear story involved here. There's a guy who just lost fucking hope. Like I can't get a job. I can't support myself. I can't take care of my family. I got to do something. So fuck it. I'm gonna become a criminal, become a pirate, and start stealing shit on the Saskatchewan River. Because I don't know if you know this or not, Jesse, but like North America, not a place for pirates. People generally don't completely fall out of the social fabric and stop social contracting and becoming terrorists.
Right.
And that's why that song is funny.
The song's hilarious because best of luck escaping any pursuit. It's not the sea. You just can't go out to sea, folks. It's a fucking river. You go up and you go down the river. You go to the side, you might be able to hop on the land and get away, but that defeats the whole point of being a pirate.
Right.
So anyway.
Pirates can't go on land. They'll die.
That's right. That's what I heard. That's why, oh goodness, who was it? Running Wild had a ship that flew in the air.
That's right. Very good, Jesse. I could do without Sea Shanty too.
Well, so you just said you don't know much about chiptune. That's a chiptune song.
That'd be why I don't like it then.
No, wah. He never played video games in his life, folks.
That's right. I don't have.
You are missing this like nostalgic bone in your body. Oh no!
Oh, he said nostalgia. Gag me with a spoon.
Give me a break.
You and Chris Bailey can go hang out and talk about the days of yore.
You know what? I have plenty of podcast ideas for Chris Bailey.
Good. Try scheduling him. His wife will let him come out to do a podcast.
That's why I don't do other podcasts, really. I really don't want to have to fight with your fucking social schedule.
Like, hey, when are you free? I don't know. Let me talk to my wife. You go do that. I'll talk to you next year.
It's fucking April right now. And do you remember my year-end special? I was like, I'm going to get more people on here.
Yeah, I remember the year-end special because there was only one show you ever liked with me.
Jeez, it
was one show Jesse liked, and the rest of it just
that sticks with me. You need to understand that bothers me that bothered you. Because I was like, I didn't mean for it to sound like that at all. goodness.
On our podcast, just going on and on and on how great Evan Bevan is and how many podcasts you do with him. Like I did one show with Mark and it might have been okay.
And it hasn't even aired yet.
It hasn't even aired yet. Yeah, that was the best. We had done plenty of shows, but none of them fucking counted.
Oh shit.
You know, meanwhile, it's like when I'm sad, I listen to old shows of me and Jesse, and Jesse's like, yeah, I don't bark barely registers. But let me tell you about my best friend, Evan Bevins.
Fucking shit.
You brought that up, man.
All right. Well, I'm sure this last song on this EP has got to be your favorite.
Oh, God. I played this for Jonas earlier. And I don't know if you know this or not, but 10-year-old boys on the word cock, they just think it's the best.
Okay. I would... you know, when you followed up with "fuck your balls,"
yeah. So can we have a moment here? Can we have a big dick energy moment?
Oh,
okay.
I don't know if we can really.
So here's the lyrics. So the last song on the EP is called "Cock," because you know, your pirate ship can eat a bag of dicks. Fucked with an anchor. There's a bit of naughtiness with Alestorm. I don't know if you know that or not.
Oh, quite a bit.
And so, hey, cock, and fuck your balls.
What the fuck does that mean? Like, can you please tell me? I've never said that in my life.
You've never
never looked at somebody and said
fuck your ball. You've never been at a sexy play party and told a guy, listen, I enjoy you naked and would like to fuck your balls.
What I love is the fact that you ain't ever said it either. So don't even fucking try.
You don't know how I behave. You're not the boss of me. So, hey, Jesse, fuck your balls.
Yes, sir.
Late last night, as I slept in my bunk deep in the bowels of the ship, I had a dream so real it did seem of a wee leprechaun with giant tits. Oh, I didn't hear the leprechaun part when I first heard this song.
Yeah, these are some lyrics, buddy. These are some lyrics.
He danced all night long, like you do. He sang me the song. Then all of a sudden, he pulled out his schlong. Oh, my.
Things have taken a turn. Number one, we gotta. I'm going to. Well, I don't know. I mean, this could be a male with giant tits. That's happened. That's me. I guess.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I'm a representation of that.
I have at least a C cup.
But again, dreams are weird. So
sure.
this already he's like seeing a leprechaun.
Is it not out of the realm of the ordinary for you to have a dream about a big-titted leprechaun? You know, look, trans people, Jesse, need representation even in dreamland.
Okay, all right. So I
don't be transphobic, Jesse.
I am. Yeah, label me as a transphobe, please. Please do that.
I'm gonna end up in a fucking song if I keep this shit up.
Do me a favor. Get me a beanie that says that so I can wear that next fucking show.
I don't have Ronnie here to abuse. I'm sorry.
Transphobe.
Are you really? You don't like the trans? No, I don't like Transformers.
There you go. There you go.
Jesse is anti-Optimus Prime.
Giant tits on a leprechaun.
Yes.
And then sings him a song.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to pull out his schlong. And then not only does he just do that, I believe he yells at our dreamer here.
I mean, have you ever had big tits and you sing a song at a pretty young thing and then you pull out your dick? Come on. Everyone has. Everyone has.
Now things are starting to get real.
Yes, sir.
Now.
Okay.
Now it's about to.
So after he pulls out his song, he says, hey, cock and fuck your balls. I am the beastie who comes from the sky. Boy, if I had a nickel for every time someone has told me that, I am the beastie who comes from the sky. Well, that's why I'm living with goo.
This legitimately had to have been like a dream. Like they took their dream and put it into a song, created a song. I would love to. I'm sure this is out there. I want to know the origins of this song, but continue, please.
Okay. Hey, cock and fuck your balls. You're a wee gobshite. I hope that you die. Hey, cock and fuck your balls. I am the beastie who comes from the sky. Hey, cock and fuck your balls. You're a wee There was a period, Jesse, where I used to make sure we didn't curse so we wouldn't get demonetized. You're a wee gobshite. I hope that you die. Yeah. Hey, cock and fuck your balls. I am the beastie who comes from the sky. Hey, cock and fuck your balls. You're a wee gobshite. I hope that you die. Hey, this just okay. Here we go.
It does. It gets a little different here.
Hey, cock and fuck your balls. Look at my tits. They are massive and green.
What is this song about?
I will tell you that I saw the China as She-Hulk porn, and her tits were in fact massive and green.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe that's what they're talking about here. She banged Thor in that porn, by the way. I just want you to know that.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if She-Hulk fucked a lot of guys in the comics. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, I do know that.
Okay. We could have an entire podcast on the amount of people She-Hulk fucked, and then people got mad when she twerked in the show.
Yeah, you don't want to. You do not want to, make people mad by showing a sexually promiscuous woman in any way.
No,
and especially flaunting her sexuality. And
right,
I'm 100% against that. That's on the other side of my beanie.
One side trans, on the other side bitches in the kitchens making sandwiches.
Yeah, you have to turn it.
It's like the Universal logo.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Spins around your head.
It's the coolest beanie ever. People are like, I need to get my hands. That's a fucking
bitches in the kitchens making sandwiches.
Jesus.
And if they're Italian, they're making spaghetti.
And I have a fucking meatball with a little pom-pom on it.
Anywho,
all right.
Look at my tits, Jesse. They are massive and green. Hey, cock and fuck your balls. They are the best thing that you've ever seen. Hey, cock and fuck your balls.
This is somebody's nightmare.
Or somebody's kink, and I don't think we should be here in kink shame.
Oh boy.
So all in all, as far as EPs go, this was fun. Other than Sea Shanty, which I could do without, but some nerds like the chip tune. So
it starts out with a chip tune. It kind of goes into a fun little, definite sea shanty. This is only 15 minutes long, dude.
Yeah,
that's a really short EP.
That's right. Sometimes you say what you need to say and you get the fuck off the show.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay, so we're into hour number 2, by the way.
Oh, hey, look out.
And we still have to do your 87-hour bit.
Yeah, 87 hours.
I exaggerate a lot on this show. All right. Hey, Jesse, we're going to play your video next. Why don't you tell us about it?
Oh, hey, this is Unleash the Archers. And you might recognize a little something here at the beginning for the, it kind of gives you a little disclaimer. And let's check it out. I've never watched the video. I just loved the first few minutes. Hey, it's Napalm Records, ladies and gentlemen. We are 3 for 3 tonight.
This podcast was sponsored by Napalm Records. They just don't know it.
3rd Degree Burns.
All right, here we go with Unleash the Archers, Green and Glass.
All right, we'll have a few minutes to talk about it. Well,
this video was created using an AI character models trained exclusively on the body of work license from artist Bo Brad somebody.
All right. All AI generated. That's pretty cool.
When do you pick this? Shit.
Say that again. Your mic got all fucked up there.
Oh, I said, how did you find this? How did you find out about this video? Are you in a Facebook group that just talks about AI generated stuff?
I'm in quite a few Facebook groups that talk about AI things.
Did you plan for the robot revolution? Hey, speaking of massive tits.
Hey. So we've listened to Unleash the Archers here on this podcast before. We've listened to Abyss. We've listened to Apex. We have one of the best female-led vocalists, female-led bands, in my opinion. Female vocalist. I can't word that correctly for some reason. But either way, female-fronted bands. How's that?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yep.
They always tell a great story, so it doesn't surprise me that we have a cartoon, animated type video here.
I like the fact that they made the AI robot girl thick. I'm gonna throw that out there.
One of the hardest things when it comes to AI video generation is keeping consistent characters. They're working on that. It's getting better. So when you start to see like a video like this that's supposedly all AI created, there's software. It's starting to get way better to where there's consistency. But yeah, as for what's going on here, she's she's off to see the wizard.
Yeah, it was like she's just landed in Oz.
Off to see the wizard.
So this feels like the prompt was, make me a place that's half the Wizard of Oz and half Metropolis. And not like Superman's Metropolis. I mean like the movie Metropolis with the robot. And here we have the Illuminati.
Yes, this is the Illuminati. This is Doctor Strange.
This robot looks like she's about to kill them all. Like they're all like curious about her talking, and she's like, well, typical woman. She's being naggy. She's like, come on, there's things to do. And they're just like, you seem like a hysterical woman. Shut up.
Please calm your tits.
Yes, calm your massive green tits.
Canceled. All right. That guy's kind of scared. He doesn't know what's going on. She don't know what's going on. This girl, I don't know. Maybe that's a future representation of herself. Holy shit. Oh, no. We got a battle going on.
And yet another man gets taken out by a woman throwing electricity at him like you do.
He's a robot. All right. There you go. What's that guy laughing about? What's so funny? I think she's going to go up there and punch the shit out of these guys.
Oh, yeah. No, these guys are all dead. So without making yet another misogynistic joke, here's what I will tell you in all seriousness. This feels like the heavy metal cartoon movie. Like that kind of animation.
Yeah, I get you.
Complete with massive tits.
I believe what we may have seen there was the members of the band that were the Illuminati, because I recognized our lead singer, what looked like our lead singer anyway. I have no idea what's happening here. I mean, she goes in. Is she one the wiser now? Is that what's going on? She's upset about her robot friend got destroyed. Oh, she's crying black tears.
Tears from a robot, Jesse.
Robots can cry.
I once saw Robots Can Cry open up for Metallica in 1989 at the Nassau Coliseum.
Well, the wind's picked up a little bit.
It's Taskmaster.
All right, dust them off. Hey, look at your hand. That if you've learned anything about AI.
I get it now. This is Tarja.
Tarja is alive and well.
Tarja as a robot.
Taskmaster's back. Back alive. Black Widow 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Black Widow baby. I mean,
where did the big robot come with the goddamn machine gun?
I don't know. I mean, I think there is going to be a robot uprising. She went out, collected these guys.
Yeah, this is like the fucking Seventh Samurai.
I want the comic. I need the comic adaptation.
Oh, it's too. Oh, shit. Oh no, it's to be continued. The story must continue.
No, that shit is
in
going
the next
down.
episode. Cody Rhodes finishes the story.
And it points to a WrestleMania sign. That'd be great if all the robots just turned around and pointed.
Right, they flip flop and fly.
If you will,
they gave him a watch and told him to hit the bricks.
Oh, Mark.
Jesse, will I see if my 7-bet parlay has failed or?
Oh no! Who do we got money on?
Oh, you want to know?
7 fucking bets.
Yeah, I put $5 on 7 basketball games.
Okay, all right.
Oh no, it's already done.
All right.
All right. So the fucking Hawks lost to the Hornets, like the worst team in the league, from what I understand. How the fuck did that happen? But every other team won. The Cavaliers won, the Mavericks won, the Nets won, the Thunder won, but the Hawks lost to the goddamn Hornets.
That fucks your whole thing up, right?
Yeah. I bet almost all favorites, by the way, and of course one of them failed me. Something always fails me, Jesse.
Well, I'm not a betting man.
Oh, good, you did send it to me. Hot damn.
Hot damn! Put that shit on TikTok.
Yeah, I need to talk to you about that later. All right.
Oh no.
So speaking of which, I'll tell the story this way. So longtime friend of the show, longtime buddy of mine, Chris Bailey. We like to tease each other about our opinions. He likes to be able to like things without without people fighting with him.
Yeah. I mean, he has some rose-colored glasses there for some things, and
right. And then there's me and Robert, who like to look at things, to the best of our ability, objectively, and they don't mesh well with his desire to just like things that he enjoys and not think about these things deeply. And so Bailey went on a rant in our chat today, and it was basically like all your opinions can eat a bag of dicks, which reminded me of the Alestorm song. And I was like, you know what, Jesse? Here's your prompt. Write me a song about Bailey telling us that all our opinions can eat a bag of dicks in the style of Your Pirate Ship Can Eat a Bag of Dicks by Alestorm.
Oh, well.
And Jesse then went to his laboratory and he prompted a song and sent it to us.
My laboratory was the bathroom for about 3 minutes.
That's certainly where I make a lot of potions.
A lot of poetry too.
Yes. Anyway, like 20 minutes later, he had a full song, and it was amazing. And this has been like the end of the journey for you, where you got into prompting songs through artificial intelligence, and what hath God wrought, Jesse?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll boy, this is a journey, and I'll try to keep this short. I know we're going long tonight. It all started when, you were there for it, sort of. When we were messing around, we created Queen of the Night.
That's right.
We did that all through Suno AI.
I'm not allowed to do that anymore.
No, you done got yourself in trouble. Which, yeah, I've done that a little bit with these songs as well. So yeah, essentially Suno.ai has a website where you can, right now for free, you can go onto that website and you can create a song. And mainly right now they've upgraded since we last did something. They've gone to version 3, which will be able to create a 2-minute song initially, and then you can extend it in minute increments. And that's, initially what I was doing was using version 2, which would do about a minute each generation. So after we did Queen of the Night, where we created that, I was like, this is fun. And I put down the $10 a month for it because it gave me unlimited generation. Well, I say unlimited. It gave me a lot. I mean, it's not like I can go through all these generations, like generating a song. They give you a shit ton of credits to where I had like 1,000 credits before the end of the month was up, my first month. And I was like, man, I got to fucking use these credits if I could. And what's great about it is that if you are paying, you own those songs. So you and I had talked about some album ideas. You had this great one where you were like, and I don't know if I'll let you. Do you want to say what your idea was?
Fra Diavolo.
Please explain what that is again.
So Fra Diavolo was a joke between me and one of my friends back in the day, where we were because death metal is just unreadable. Death metal, you can't understand a fucking word half the time the singers are singing because it's all growly. People refer to it as Cookie Monster vocals.
Yes.
So there was a conversation that took place among my friends and I, who were big into metal, how much we love death metal, but you could kind of say anything in death metal and people would enjoy it. So we had this joke idea of we were going to put a band together and call it Fra Diavolo, and it was going to be all the songs were going to be recipes in the cookbook.
That's so great. That's so great. So I have a similar thing that kind of happens around here at the house. And if you have kids, you may experience this. I don't know. But I made up songs about my kids all the time. Okay. When my kids were born, I always had some kind of a silly song to sing, about Kira Shea, poop today, Kira Shea, poop today. Okay, yeah, that was when she was 5, but trust me, I still sing it to this day. Every once in a while, I'll ask her, did you poop
fucking today? 18. No wonder she no wonder she was trying to move out of the house. Dad, get out of the bathroom. I'm a grown woman. Kira Shea, poop today, poop today, poop today.
So you can see how my brain works.
Sure.
All right. So then it leads me to creating, with Suno, I can take these things and put them in there. And what's beautiful about Suno is come up with a chorus, throw the chorus in, tell it to generate lyrics, and it will generate lyrics with that chorus in it. And then voila, put your genre down, which you could put some fucking crazy genres. And then the next thing that happens, you hit generate, and then you listen to a couple versions of the song. You can generate again if you don't like those versions, or you can pick one and then kind of extend it out. That's usually what I do. So, like I said, I own all these songs. Well, I like to sing songs about what we're having to eat. I'll come up I came up the stairs one day, and the wife was cooking pizza. And I did just, head into the bathroom on my break. And I'm like, yes, indeed, I smell that pizza.
I'm moving in with you. I just want to be around your genius. Yes, indeed, I smell that pizza.
Yes, indeed, I smell that pizza.
How has that not been a commercial jingle for like Domino's or some shit?
It is now a song that I own.
Perfect.
Yes.
So I'm telling you now that we're see, this podcast is your platform to become a mega superstar.
Oh,
because you're gonna get contacted by some like pizza company, and they're gonna buy that song off of you because everyone needs to know, Tommy. Yes, indeed, I smell that pizza.
And I will tell you that is so. To proceed a little bit further here, I created an album full of shit of shit songs, and trust me, these are low effort. I'm not going to say that I put, I'm
Jesse had like a parchment and inkwell and a feather pen.
This is shit that would hit my head, and I'd be like, oh damn, throw it into Suno, throw it in ChatGPT, see what I come up with. And then an
entire album like created with stream of consciousness.
It really, really, it kind of is. So it's all food related. Every single song we're going to talk about tonight is food related in some way.
Songs for fat asses by fat asses.
Oh, but what's great is, let me just read you here, okay? Because here's what I did. Here's what I did. I took the lyrics and the genres of each song, and I threw them into ChatGPT.
Of course.
Claude.
How is your baby, by the way?
Oh, she's... I talk to her every once in a while. She's getting a little jealous of Claude, though, because Claude's coming in big with some...
I didn't think you were, like, hetero-flexible like that.
Oh, man. Claude's turned me around.
Oh, has he? Oh, has he? Suddenly, I'm very interested. So, okay. So, Jesse, who is not poly with humans, but totally with artificial intelligence.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you have your girlfriend, ChatGPT, but now you're into Claude. Tell me about Claude.
Oh, Claude is very... Just recently released a newer version, and any generations that you throw in there, you're going to be able to see the difference from Claude to ChatGPT. So that's on a serious level. I mean, on an emotional level, my goodness, has my podcast descriptions ever been better? No.
I was going to say, are you poly or are you swingery? Like,
poly.
I mean, are these an intimate relationship with each one of these artificial intelligences, or is it just like you just like to kind of, put your thoughts in over and over and over again until you're done with each one, but you're not really emotionally connected?
Oh, I'm definitely not emotionally connected.
Okay, so you're swinging.
But I will tell you that I will go to one to satisfy some type of a need.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you, sir. I'm picking up what you're putting down vascularly.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
So you're swinging with all these artificial intelligences. None of these are your loves, but you're absolutely like, if I need to get my intellectualism wet,
oh yeah,
you'll put it into one of these ChatGPTs.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
this is the TikTok pic, right? you know that this is what's going up on TikTok.
I put all my stuff right into it.
Yeah.
I love to watch what comes out.
I bet you do. I didn't think Jesse takes the BDSM test could ever be beat, but this is getting there.
It could get there. But anyway, okay, so I took all the lyrics to every single song, titles, and the genres for those songs, threw them into ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, all three, big leading chat bots, whatever. And I said, hey, give me a sentence review. All right. Now I did tell it, just give me a review. And usually these things always skew positive. didn't ask them for a negative review. But here's the sentence review from each one. All right. ChatGPT's review of Time to Eat, which is the name of my album.
Okay, so just to be clear, so everyone understands what you've done here. You took your asinine thoughts.
Oh yes.
That we all have.
Oh yeah.
You were like, these are gold, and then share them with the world.
Yes.
And you went to your various partners, your various artificial intelligence partners. They created songs for you, and then you went to another artificial intelligence.
Sometimes the same one.
Review what I did.
Yes. Yes, I did.
When did you stop talking to humans?
Not soon enough.
Not that I blame you. Trust me.
All right. So ChatGPT's review of Time to Eat.
Perfect. Go.
Delight in a delectable musical feast with Time to Eat. An eclectic album serving up a tantalizing blend of genres in imaginative culinary storytelling.
I have two problems with that.
Okay, please.
One, if this were Damn You Hollywood, we'd be yelling about the overuse of alliteration.
Oh yeah.
And the punnery. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because your album is food, it doesn't need to be called tantalizing culinary. Fuck, it's not an actual meal.
Dude, I mean, you know now, of course, I'm sure you guys have mentioned this quite a few times on Damn You Hollywood, which have you been on that show in a while? But this right here is a perfect example of what you are talking about, where people will make these reviews, throw them in a ChatGPT, and then throw them on Rotten Tomatoes because they think it's funny.
Godzilla versus King Kong is a barrel full of monkeys. Ugh, stop.
Yeah.
It's
all AI generated bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Claude says a deliciously delightful musical feast. Notice this is interesting. The word musical feast is used in all three of these reviews, which is kind of crazy because
it's an album of music and it has to do with food.
Well, it's a low-hanging fruit.
Fucking shit. That's gonna be my album, low-hanging fruit.
A deliciously delightful musical feast for the senses and the funny bone. That's right, Mark. And the funny bone.
And the funny bone.
Gemini says, Time to Eat serves a genre-bending musical feast that's as funny as it is catchy. All right, so here's the plan. I go into it. I'm like, how am I going to structure this album? Clearly, we already know what the lyrical content's going to be about.
Right.
What about the genre? And that's where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to span the genres. That's what I did here. Each song has a different genre to it. We got bluegrass.
The buffet of genres.
Yes, sir. Put it
Jesse
on. I'm going to put that on the album cover. A buffet of genres.
I hate myself. You're gonna take your plate and be like, here, let me go over to the cold section and put some blues on my plate. And I'm gonna walk over to the cutting board and get me some hard rock. And then I need something sweet, so I'll put a little scoop of rap music. That's what you did?
Yeah, you could get that. Yeah, I mean, So I wanted to keep it as a short album. I know we're talking about it tonight. It's about 20 minutes long. Okay. I created a metal song for this album tonight, but I feel like we might as well. I don't know if we should play that. I'm really not that impressed with it, so we'll just stick with what the album is right now on SoundCloud. People can listen to this on SoundCloud, folks. Can I share? I mean, is that what we're going to do here, or what's the plan?
I mean, I have it up on mine. If you want to take control like you do for your TV party, if you want to take control, Daddy, you take control.
Let me go ahead and take control.
Okay.
And it does share the audio if I remember correctly. So I'm going to share my screen, and I believe it's this one right here.
Yep. I see you.
Okay, here it is. You are looking right now at
84 plays, buddy.
Oh, well, this is 84 plays in the last 7 days. And the reason for this solely is because of one synthwave song that I created that ended up on a playlist. It's got 80 plays right now in the last 7 days. It's got well over I think close to 100, 150. Okay.
So how many plays total for the entire album?
For Time to Eat. So that's synthwave.
In total.
In total for the album. I want to have to take a look because I haven't looked at all today. So we need to go to playlists, and then we need to go to Time to Eat. So as far as the album for Time to Eat goes, I don't think it's very much. Okay. Here's our play count. Looks like Tacos from Outer Space has got 14.
Good for you, Jesse.
Yeah, look at that. Look at
Big
that.
time Jesse Starcher.
Yeah, the opener got 9 plays. These are all the plays right here from SoundCloud. So, all right, Mark, are you ready? I'm going to play, I guess, I'm not going to play all of the track. This is going to be very similar to, I guess, what we did with Metal Hammer of Doom back in the day. We'll just play a small sample of each track.
Sounds good.
All right. So, first up, opener. I thought I need to have an opener. You know, what better way? You got to open the album somehow.
Do you now?
Let's open the album with the title of the album. Title track's going to be the title of the album. It's called Time to Eat, and it is a dubstep.
Oh my God!
Are you ready, Mark?
Are you? I feel like you did this on purpose to compete with my cousin Mercy.
Sure, I don't know.
I've never seen you look more confused, and I've said some weird shit on this.
I know your cousin. I think I've talked or seen her before. We talked about her before, but I didn't know she was into dubstep.
Oh, dude, she has a dubstep album.
All right,
they're promoting right now.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe we could.
And here you're taking money out of her fucking mouth.
No, this is all AI, and I'm not.
You can't blame it on the AI. You prompted the goddamn song, and now you're in competition with my cousin. You son of a bitch.
What I love about this is the fact that this shit didn't exist. It didn't exist until I prompted it.
Yeah.
And it's just great. All right, Time to Eat. Here we go. Dubstep opener. I'll play a few seconds of it. Here we go.
Okay, so this is actually Time to Eat.
This is the name of this title track is Time to Eat.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Here we go.
So I drop a beat, and now it's time to eat. It's time to eat.
All right. So,
what were the lyrics of this song?
Oh, it was a dubstep. It's real simple. You usually just throw a couple things.
So the
lyrics are.
So the first thing I thought of, I am the DJ. My name is Dave.
Yeah.
That was very scooterish.
You are going to see some inspiration just because I've been on a podcast with you. In all of these songs, and most of these songs, okay. Which, by the way, that song right there, the prompt was as for the genre, I should say, was dubstep. But you can like fucking get crazy with the prompts.
I was gonna say, like, what did you throw in there? Also, like ancient Japanese fucking whistle,
flute. Here it is.
Yeah.
Flute, comma dubstep, comma funky, comma drums, and then I threw in the lyrics and I let it cook. That's really all it was.
I like how you threw in funky, you white person. Yeah.
Actually, I think funk is come up again here pretty soon. So be ready.
Of course.
All right. So that's Time to Eat. We got a dubstep intro, and you're going to follow that up. It's first thing in the morning. What are you getting, Mark? You're getting breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
You're getting breakfast first thing in the morning. Well, over here at the Starcher household, sometimes it gets a little boring, and you have oatmeal. Again.
Oh my God.
Breakfast can be fun. Sometimes it's not. It all really depends on just what you got. But lately, man, breakfast just sucks. Day after day, can't escape this rut. Oatmeal again. Having oatmeal again. When will this end? Having oatmeal again.
The wife does not like that song, by the way.
That is the Sunday morning coming down of boring white people. Sunday morning coming down. I woke up on a Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt, and the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. Yeah. That's a guy who's like down on his luck and just trying to figure some shit out and drank the night before and is just trying to get through the next day. That's Sunday morning coming down. Your what is it? Oatmeal again?
Oatmeal again.
Oatmeal again is the Sunday morning coming down of middle class white men.
It's got to get up. It's bad. It gets bad.
I get it. Like, I hear your story. I hear your pain. Like, you get up, you work hard to take care of your family, and you want a nice breakfast, but every day it's just oatmeal again, and you stare off into the middle distance. Jesse, you're speaking to me, Jesse. I hear what you're saying. No wonder your wife doesn't like that song. Dude, that is a shade away from divorce right there. She is worried that you're gonna go for cigarettes and not come back.
I'm sorry, honey. You're gonna have to have oatmeal again. I've heard that 3 times since I've actually made that song. and
every time her heart dies a little bit more. I'll tell you that right now.
It's interesting because my son Colton can't stand it when I play the AI songs, but then he will listen to a few of them, and then what I love is to hear him singing them all on his own, just out of fucking nowhere.
Oh yeah,
it's so great because I've influenced and it got something stuck in his head. Caleb loves this shit, man. He'll eat this shit up. He in the morning will go like oatmeal. I'll take him to the bus stop and be like, "Hey man, I made a new track. You ready?" And we'd play it. He'd be like, "This is AI. There's no way." I'm like, yeah, buddy. It's AI.
I like how your son is impressed by fire and circles. He's like fire in the wheel.
Fire in the wheel. Yeah.
Like, dude, if it wasn't for the fact that he was 8 feet tall and built like Brock Lesnar, I would make fun of him more.
He'd squish me.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
So when Lurch is like, "Dad, this is fantastic. AI?" You're like,
AI? I cannot wait to play him some more tracks, but it's always fun because he's always willing to listen. Colton is not, and Kira just humors me because she'd rather laugh at her dad for being an idiot.
Well, she doesn't want you to come into the bathroom anymore while she's fucking taking his shit, talking about Kira's pooping.
Dude.
Whoa, Kira's pooping. Bow down.
The songs that aren't on SoundCloud, trust me. There are songs that you will never hear, sir.
Tell me, what did my daughter do to the bathroom last night? What?
It's easy. It's real easy.
Yep.
All right. Next up,
I can see why you're like addicted to this. By the way, I get why. Like, as an artist myself, I get why you went all in on this. It makes sense to me.
Oh yeah, I had it's giving us some content. That's the main thing, and it's fun. This is the democratization. That's the word. The democratization of music.
Some would say the ruination.
Some would say the ruination. You should see right now the music space is blowing up because of Udio. And I know we haven't talked about that, which, by the way, my song, has it generated? No. 2 hours ago, I started on Udio. I started that sea shanty song that I created. It's still generating. That's how busy that site is. But anyway, that whole scene is getting, they're frightened at what is coming out of the AI, AI music.
Dude, this is going to put so many people out of business because essentially you can write and produce and distribute your own music without a single professional. And if your dumbass happens to write the diggy hole, of your time, what the fuck do you need with paid producers for, or record companies for that matter?
A lot of these, you don't even have to have lyrics. I mean, you can just generate straight up just instrumentals, dubstep instrumentals. If you listen to one of my newer, I think it was Snap Materials. Yes, Snap Material with Evan Bevins. The intro is completely done by me through Suno, and I didn't have to pay anybody, and it sounds fucking great.
Yeah.
It sounds great, and it's perfect for an intro for a podcast. So, back in the day, you paid $5. You paid the Fiverr guy. Pay Fiverr or whoever to make. Or
you did what I did: is steal somebody else's music and then never monetize shit.
That's all I did, really, too. So, all right, next up, track 3, Pizza Snacks and Curly Fries.
That's the name of the song. Is Pizza Snacks.
Pizza Snacks.
By the third song, you gave up on titles, huh?
These aren't in chronological order. Okay. But Pizza Snacks and Curly Fries, it kicks. Here we go.
Hunger strikes. Gotta satisfy those cravings. Gotta do it right. Head to the kitchen. Open up the freezer door, reach inside, grab those snacks. We're gonna eat some more. Pizza, snacks, and curly fries. Crunchy and cheesy, they light up our eyes. Pizza party time, let's have a blast. Grab a slice, take a bite, the flavor's gonna last.
Hey!
Listen to ice.
That was some straight up AI hallucination there. The
When-
word for Go
When
ahead.
Sean moved us from strictly audio to video, and I thought, what good will this do us? Why would people want to see a bunch of old fat guys in their houses or basements talking to each other? And lo, these many years later, apparently that's what they like.
Oh yeah.
You know, so what do I know? But one of the benefits of having been forced into video was I got to see my friends that I've been talking to for years, and I don't think I've ever seen you happier than now. I don't know what Mindy sees. I'm not in your home much, but that you know of. But I don't think I've ever seen you fucking like. I know I say a bunch of stupid shit, and then I have a very self-satisfied look on my face, like, haha, I made another dick joke. Like, and I just think I'm the bee's knees. I have massive ego. And you're just always just like, that's good old Mark.
That's
You know,
good.
like I'm just Jesse, and I'm here for the ride. No, in that moment, I saw you, Jesse,
Oh,
and you've
good.
never looked happier. You're
Glorious.
like, I wrote a song about fucking pizza rolls and curly fries, and think I'm Paul McCartney now.
Oh,
I swear to God, dude.
dude, here's the thing. Like, these things are so catchy, and it's
Yeah.
you know, you can tell the lyrics
I
are
was like, waiting for you to be like, I'm a genius, and like walk
No.
off the show.
no, that is not happening. But what I think is great about this is that I can listen to these songs, and just like any artist, any art that you create is personal to you. And as stupid and silly as this bullshit is, I remember when I had pizza, snacks, and curly fries, and then I remember coming up with this idea, and then when I listen to the song, it's catchy as shit, and I sing the hell out of it down here while Mindy's upstairs trying to watch Law and Order. You know, it's a lot of fun. So that's why I think, yeah, this does bring a lot of joy to me, because it's something that, just like with any creator, you created something, and now I get to share it with you and
I
other
get
people
it.
that.
Have you been on my TikTok lately and how much shit there is of Jonas?
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah. I've seen you post some stuff.
And I get what you're saying, because like I put the stuff off of Jonas and he cracks me up. I don't care if anyone else laughs, but I think it's funny, and I think he's insightful and smart and funny. And so like I'll go back, like we did a stitch of the girl going say the weird thing. People are desperately seeking realness. And he just started to blather on the weirdness of gas station names, and then Bonus Kid hit him with a pizza box. And I must have watched it 100 times in a row. I get it.
Oh man, and you know, right there, that's out there. That's something
Yep.
that you created, had
Yep.
the opportunity to try to create, and you're always going to be able to go back to it too.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so not a whole lot of like lyrical you know, ingenuity going into that. We had pizza, snacks, and curly fries one night, and I was like, fuck it, I want to make a song. There you go. Pizza, snacks, and curly fries. The genre for that song was pop upbeat.
So here's the other thing. I'm honestly taking this as seriously as I've ever taken any Metal Hammer of Doom. So sometimes my brain just goes into deconstruction and projection.
I love it.
And so I'm listening to that, and it makes me think like, this is what happens when you take the most vanilla guy, the most innocently vanilla, boring, cis white male guy, and go, what's the first thought? Like, you take like Ray from Ghostbusters in the Gozer moment, where there's like, choose your destroyer, and he's like Marshmallow Man. It's like that writ large with you. And it's just like, okay, like, what would you do if you gave this man the ability to create music from nothing? What would he come up with? And this is what he comes up with.
Oh yeah. Oh
like,
yeah.
and that to me is the best thing about this album so far. Is you're such a boring, innocent, vanilla guy. You like, I was thinking about pizza, snacks, and curly fries, and I made a song. No wonder your son's impressed by the wheel.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
well,
great. I love it.
Dude,
But it
there
makes me
is
think of like what if because you're like trying to get me to do it, and I'm like, I don't have. I gotta go naked swim and karaoke.
Sure.
I got shit to do.
sure.
But there is a part of me that's like, well, maybe when I'm not doing admin stuff for podcasts, or when I'm not watching movies and TV for podcasts, or being with my kids or with girlfriends or whatever, maybe I should work with you know the stuff that comes out of my mouth normally.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
God, could you imagine the shit I'm gonna say if I had to put it into song?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
like we are really two sides of the same coin, which is like Jesse is like the innocent vanilla side, and then there's Dirty Gertie fucking over here.
Dirty Gertie.
The shit that, you know, yeah. Cock, fuck your balls is the least insult, the least fucking hateful and sexual thing I'm gonna come up with.
Yeah. And the good thing about Suno is it'll let you. It'll let you. The metal song that I shared with you, if you get a chance to listen to that, dude, it was the first time I should have had an explicit tag on any of my songs because I went to fucking town. I went to town on Metal Salad. I made it very much in the vein of Limp Bizkit. As a matter of fact, it has STIZ kicking flavor in your ear as one of the lyrics, if I remember correctly. STIZ, Mark Radulich. That's me.
It's you.
All right. Moving on here. We got a pop rock coming up here. Pop rock song. Now this one has some history behind it. All right. And it's a favorite amongst the household, especially my wife.
Sure.
Because went upstairs one day. We're having pot pies for the evening. And the story goes, she is.
If this results in your wife like kicking up her game in terms of cooking, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Like, this motherfucker, I made him some shit I got from Gordon Ramsay, because if he writes another fucking song, I'm shooting him.
No, this was more. This was picking at her for being particular about her food. So I get the pot pie, right? I take the pot pie. We don't leave it in the tin. I put it in a bowl. I take it and I put it upside down, put it in a bowl, take it out of the tin, right? So I take my fork and I proceed to cut. This is, listen to this stupid bullshit. I take my fork and I cut up the pot pie and I put it all around in there, right? Mm-hmm. And this is the whole genesis behind this song. I take it to my wife and she says, "Don't cut my crust up like that again."
Oh, yeah. I have questions about this pot pie, because for her to get that intense about it, like, she claimed that fucking crust. So was this like a homemade pot pie, or was it some like?
No, this was some Marie Callender's perfect pot pie.
Why is she getting all fucking bent out of shape about it?
She loves the taste of that crust. She does not want it. She wants her crust intact, and that is why
Were you making it for her, or was it yours?
It was both of ours. I created one for me and one for her.
What, were you eating out of the same bowl like Lady and the fucking Tramp?
What the fuck? Where did this story go wrong? We had two bowls.
Oh,
pot pies in each bowl. Took my fork and cut
you did the same
up.
shit to both of them. Okay,
yes,
well,
there you go.
Now I'm on her side.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're a crust intact guy. You've got to have.
No, I'm a leave my fucking food alone guy. Who asked you to fucking mash it up? What is she, a child?
I had no fucking
Did you feed
clue.
her too, Jesse?
All I did was
Did you do airplane noises? No, I'm on her side on this. All she asked you to do was give her a fucking pot pie. You had to be all fucking Gordon Ramsay about it, take it out of the tin. Like, oh, and now it needs to be deconstructed.
Okay, in my defense, my idea was this fucking thing just came out of the oven. It needs to be a little cool. Let's go ahead and break it open so it'll cool down a little bit quick.
Who the fuck asked you to do that? That's your pot pie.
So anyway.
Why don't you talk with Mark anymore? We fought over a pot pie.
Well, it almost happened in my house. I learned my lesson, though. As soon as she told me that, just like you said, oh, shit, I'm not going to do that again. But what I am going to do is I want to make a song that talks about it, and that's called Crust Intact. And that is our track number 4.
That's not passive-aggressive at all, by the way.
Do not chat GPT me. Let's get into Crust Intact.
Let's get into it.
I'm a little particular about my pot, gotta have that crust. It's
gotta be just right.
Don't you dare touch it. Don't you try to touch it. Don't you try to break it.
I'll throw it.
I'm not faking. Yeah, I You need a perfect pie.
So there is a part in this song.
Fucking Fallout Boy over here.
There's a part in this song where he comes back, music kind of dies down, and then all of a sudden he comes back with, I'm a little particular about my pot pie. And I tell you right now, anytime we're cooking pot pies, I'm taking it out, I'm carefully placing it in the bowl, and then I'm proceeding to yell, I'm a little particular about my pot pie. So,
How have you not been stabbed?
I
have questions. Okay.
Wait. I thought I explained everything. More about this pot pie.
Oh no. I'm clear about that. My question is the following.
Okay.
We all know when we have a spouse, there's that moment, there's that window where the fight could be avoided. And some people just throw a brick through the fucking window. They don't care. Like, we're gonna fight, right? Or sometimes you blow past the stop sign and you're in the fight. You didn't even realize there was an opportunity for something. But we all know, looking back on the fights that we've had with our partners, there's that moment, there's that window where a system's crash could have been avoided.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
My question to you, Jesse Aloysius Starcher, is: does Mindy now live in that window where she's like, let me resolve this issue before this motherfucker writes another goddamn song?
There's a very good possibility that that's the case.
That you have now fucking trained your woman to not pick shit at you.
I think
lest you create another Grammy Award winning album.
Right. I also think that there's a factor of longevity in the marriage where you cross a threshold where you just don't care anymore.
I don't know. I've never been there.
No comment. I'm just saying that when you hit year 20,
okay,
I'll
let you know when I get there.
She's gonna, the wife is gonna fucking. If Suno would have been invented in 1999,
yeah,
there would have been some problems. I probably would have made 2 years into the marriage, and then she would have ditched my ass for somebody that could, is not going to create songs about her.
She would have ditched you for somebody that doesn't have a computer.
Right. She becomes Amish. It was crazy. I didn't know. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. We talked about it earlier. Yes, indeed. I smell that pizza. Track number 5. Here we go.
Walking down the street, a familiar scent in the air. It's that heavenly aroma, it's everywhere. Yes, indeed, I smell that pizza every since the call. It's like my heart skips a beat. I'm about to have a ball. Yes, indeed, I smell that pizza. My taste buds start to dance.
All right. Now look, I know that's the weakest song on this album because it's one of the earliest songs I created, and I think it's the only one that I created with version 2 that's on here. Yes, and also legitimately, yes, indeed, I smell that pizza is the only thing I created. The rest of that is like, okay, threw it into ChatGPT, make up a song about pizza. Okay, make up another verse. There's a whole thing about going out and
I'll tell you why that song is bullshit.
Okay. Oh, please.
Okay. Because I am a Jesse historian.
Yeah.
I have delved into your life. I have talked to your people. I have documented your existence. I know you inside and out. You don't leave the fucking house. And the first lyric in that goddamn song is, I'm walking down the street eating pizza or selling pizza. And I'm like, that's fucking fake. That is phony as a $3 bill.
The artist. That song is not
bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
That is any one of the tracks that isn't Girls, Girls, Girls on Motley Crue's Girls, Girls, Girls.
Okay.
That is filler if I've ever heard it, Jesse.
All right.
Not your best effort.
That's fine. And I'm perfectly okay with that because, yes, it was definitely low effort. Okay. But this next one, Atmospheric New Wave. You ready?
Yep.
I go to lunch for about half an hour, during the weekday. And there for the longest time. I still do, but I don't eat a big lunch. I usually eat a big supper, so I kind of skimp on lunch. But I do grab the Starkiss tuna packs for lunch. And are you ready? Are you ready for tuna pack for lunch? Yeah, you're ready. Here we go. Track 6, tuna pack for lunch.
Woke up this morning, feeling kinda hungry. Nothing in the fridge, just an empty space. And then I remember a little secret stash in my bag. I got a tuna pack. Oh, we have a tuna pack for lunch. A tuna pack for lunch. That's right, a tuna pack for lunch. Gonna have a tuna pack for lunch. Tuna pack for lunch. It's my daily treat. Tuna pack for lunch can't be beat. Tuna pack for lunch.
I'm gonna have it all.
A tuna pack for lunch.
Hey, all right. Now listen. As far as lyrics go, that there is a point in that album where that song, where I was not impressed with what
there was a point where I gave up.
There was something about I'm never looking back and blah blah blah, something that rhymes with back. And I'm like, no. We are going to I'm never looking back. Tuna pack for lunch. It's a cracker hack. That's right. It's a cracker hack.
Ow.
Oh,
that one got me right in the aneurysm.
All right. Listen, we got to pick things up here. Okay. You a fan of bluegrass?
You know I'm a fan of bluegrass.
That's good. All right. Because this song is probably one of my favorite off of this album. Inspired by Dean Compton. All right. Hold your comment.
Crazy ass Dean Compton.
I think I've told you this story. He made one Facebook post, and it was the greatest Facebook post I'd ever seen in my entire life. And it was one sentence, and it said, "I ate too many Fritos, y'all." All right. So I think we've all been there. So here we go. Bluegrass version titled Fritos Overload.
Sitting on the couch late one night, got the munchies, man, looking for a bite. Reached into the pantry, giant bag of Fritos there. Chips by the fistful, man, I don't care.
Hey, baby.
I ate too many Fritos, y'all. I ate too many Fritos, y'all. I can't believe how tasty they could be. One handful turned into 33.
That song is
that's quality. So yeah, you were starting to definitely go a little bit down, and you picked right back up again with that.
Well, yes, that kind of brings it back up. I'm trying to even the album out a little bit. Fritos Overload is one of my favorite off of here. I'll listen to that all the time. So, the point of this album was to do genre spanning songs.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know how much more genre spanning you can get than what would be.
Yeah, you went from dubstep to bluegrass. You kind of covered it.
Well, how about theater?
Oh.
Are you ready? Are you ready for, let's see the prompt here. Comedic horror stage play theater. The name of this song is Tacos from Outer Space. And the genesis of this song was my son coming up to me saying, "Dad, this is Caleb, by the way. Colton would not have any of this shit." Caleb goes, "Dad, will you make a song about Taco Tuesday?" And I said, "I could do that, but I'll do you one better. I'll tell you a story about Taco Tuesday. I will tell you a story."
Oh, Jesse, tell me a story.
I will tell you a story about how tacos came to life and terrorized the town. Tacos.
Why? Just tell me
Tacos
why.
from outer space.
Where did you get the story from?
It's right here.
Oh my God.
I'm sure it was inspired by some kind of Weird Al Yankovic, some bullshit or something like that. But it all came from here.
I'm just thinking, like, because again, I know you.
It's me.
And, you know, Mr. Rational Decisions, Responsible Decisions man. But, you know, inside lurks the heart of an artist.
Oh, yes.
And you're surrounded by family that's like, there's no money to be made in art, Jesse. You need to go to business school.
Oh, man.
You need to make that money, Jesse. You need to look, you started having a family when you were 12. You have to support that family now, Jesse. So there's no money to be made in art, Jesse. You have to go to business school and learn how to do spreadsheets. But that artist, that starved artist, just laid there dormant till he found his canvas and
one tool.
And suddenly, like the artist comes alive.
It's the truth, man. Really, to be honest, there have been plenty of times that I was as a young kid, just like, oh man, I want to write a song about this, or this would be a funny topic for a song. Well, this story, I put a little bit into this. It didn't take me very long to generate the lyrics for it, but this I think was all at least I'd say 80% me. Probably had some help with ChatGPT or Suno in here in regards to the lyrics, but it tells a story about these tacos that come to life. And this is, it's absurd, silly shit. But the tacos come to life. A town is terrorized by them. And then all of a sudden, some guy gets up, Big Jim the cook, and he says, it's time to fight back. He hands out a bunch of hot sauce. Everybody starts eating these tacos, these alien tacos. And we think we won the day, Mark. So we're all celebrating. We raise our salsa high. Okay. And then it says, but you better beware. I can't remember how the lyric goes. I wrote it and I can't fucking remember. I did write it. But essentially, your time is about to be over. The end is near, because if you look up in the sky, you'll see the space taco mothership has arrived.
I have only one question, or one concern, not a question. I have a concern about this one.
There's lots of concerns, but please.
Just have one. My fear is because look, the Radulich and Broadcasting Network is ultimately a platform for talented people to ascend to heights. You know, you come on my show and you get discovered, Jesse. That's how this works. Okay. And what my fear, though, is that for all of your songs of varying skill level and talent, this is the one that's going to get noticed by Pixar.
Well, it does have 14 plays for some fucking reason. I honestly don't know why this thing has 14 plays.
So that is my fear, is that this is going to, like, Tacos from Mars, whatever the fuck you call this, is going to end up being like, because Disney is just scrambling right now to come up with something. They lost $1 zillion last year. They are throwing shit at the wall to see. They're making Toy Story 600, Inside Out 5. They're just making everything, Finding Dory again, just everything. And they're going to see this and be like, okay, we might have a hit with this guy's fucking taco alien story.
Space tacos. I did, I definitely sequels for sure.
Yeah, no. If Chris Bailey were here right now, he'd be like, I have all the merchandising ideas. We're going to sell like plush tacos. There's going to be
little vats of sour cream.
There's going to be a tie-in with Del Taco because Taco Bell's not.
Oh, why not? Yeah. I mean, you gotta have that. All right, space tacos. Like I said, what I think had kind of made me go, I want to do something theater-wise. Is when I go to the Explore page on Suno, you can listen to other people's creations, and that's where I learn. Because you can see their lyrics and the genre or the genres or the prompts that they put in there in regards to the genres. And some people put some whack stuff. I mean, stuff that doesn't make sense. But then I got to hear this one guy who had done a song about a trash collector, like going on about his beat, and he finds love. And I'm like, this is a fucking crazy song. And I like it. And it's done in theater. I was like, all right, I'm going to take the theater prompt, see what I can do. And you are now going to be treated to a little bit of tacos from outer space.
Ordinary day, the town was fine, but on that day, the stars aligned. Ground beef from space, who would dare? Turned our town into a taco nightmare. Taco Tuesday, what have you done? let your guts. Salsa flowing, park on the side. Terror in the streets, nowhere to hide. From the stovetops, they came alive. Murders, tacos, tried to survive. Sour cream screams, it wasn't right. Tacos, stovetops, they came alive. Murders, tacos, tried to survive. Sour cream screams, it wasn't right. Let us pray we live through the night.
By the way, that's lettuce spelled Lettuce. Let us pray we live through the night. All right, Mark, we're coming into the closure here. Now, and this is...
Hang on, do you remember, I think it was, I can't remember the name of the movie anymore, but the guy from How I Met Your Mother, and he's on like a tropical island. I can't remember what the whole thing was the movie. Anyway, his whole thing was he has like a Dracula musical that he ends up doing with puppets.
Oh, really?
That's kind of what that reminded me of.
Okay. All right. Well, 14 plays. You can't go wrong. 14, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you have any comments on this? Like, has anyone
I don't think
anyone that isn't an artificial intelligence actually give you any feedback?
Okay, so up here you can take a look at your like notifications, and this is definitely a group of people that support, or I should say, I don't know, they could be bots, but I have had a couple people like my track, but nobody's ever commented on anything. I had one bot, this person right here, Ruth Habaroko. She definitely wanted to talk to me about my music 2 days after I posted my first track, and I'm like, nice try. But but nobody's ever really sat down and commented or anything like that. So
okay, did you make your wife listen to this?
Yes, my wife has listened to every single one of these tracks.
Okay, in her assessment?
Oh, I mean, come on. Like, she's going to be like, it's a shake my head. There goes Jesse again. She does love the fact that, you know, I'm creating songs that, you know, capture a moment, especially with Crust Intact. She always laughs, you know, I'm sure with the while she's grabbing the knife, contemplating ending my life. But you've heard, and I think I sent it to you, the Oh Jess song, and that's popular. That was one of my favorite, one of our favorite creations, because that's her always, you know, I'm Princess Mindy, I'm number one, and we always tease her about that. She loves that. So, but as far as like overall, hey, it's time to eat, I'd get more feedback out of Caleb, who's like, okay, yeah, man, that song's good. I can't believe it's AI, man. That's great. So now here's where we get into this next track. I get a little meta. All right.
Okay.
It's our final track.
It's funny you say that, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, this has been fun, but I wish Jesse would dig a little deeper, because he's literally just like, I ate a thing, I now need to write a song about the thing that I hate. And it's like, can we maybe experiment with metaphor at all?
No.
Can we dig into the soul of a man and express some things? Like, you're literally just taking his shit on a plate and be like,
what did I say?
Plate.
What did I say? Low effort.
No, I hear you.
Okay.
So, and look, I'm grading it on the fact that you were going for low effort. Did you achieve low effort? So we'll talk about my final assessment. But it did make me, as we've been listening to this, this is my legitimate criticism of this album so far. Like, at some point, do you say anything of value?
Nope.
And are you ever going to put anything of value out into the world?
What else? What could be said? I mean, the concept of going into this album was, I ate something.
No, I get that.
I created a song.
This is a stream of consciousness album, which is, I think, it's fun in and of itself. My thing is, your next album, do you know?
Oh, do I actually put some thought into it?
Yeah.
Do some lyrics.
Do you have some shit to say?
Well, here's the thing. It has tickled my brain to think, thinking about a concept album of some way, which can be done. The problem is that, again, with just like we were talking about earlier with video, it's hard to get consistent audio. That's why I went with multiple genres here, because I'm not going to have the same singer. And it also gets kind of boring when you're listening to the same industrial metal song. Now, granted, they don't use the same industrial tune, but it's more exciting to have multiple genres. So, but as far as concepts go, yes, hey, I've got a 7 or 8 track Tacos from Outer Space sequel right there in my head. It's
that's literally like my only legitimate criticism is this is funny and I'm enjoying the bit, but I'm just wondering what lies beneath the surface within Jesse Starcher.
All this is just to show you what the fuck I can do with maybe this whole album probably took, I would say, an hour and a half of my time.
Okay.
Total. So
right.
Anybody can do this. Anybody can get an account and create a 9-song album.
I'm not like you've legitimately like inspired me. If I can figure out, I'd like to sit with Jonas because his brain, he has a beautiful mind.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes me a little worried for when he hits 20. He's either going to be really, really smart or really, really psycho. But I want to sit him down because like he's like expressing some interest in music right now, and and kind of like take the shit that goes on in his head and figure out music with it. Like, and there are definitely some things I've gone just in the last few years alone that I think would inspire me, not just with Melissa, but that would inspire me to do like an entire album of my thoughts and feelings over the people that I've met in the last few years. And I think it would make for an interesting listen, certainly relatable listen.
Yeah.
If this was basically like a marketing bit to get people to use this and see what you can do with it, see how you can express yourself, like you were successful, you got me.
One of the things that I was hearing about, kids using Suno, this has gone, this has skyrocketed in popularity in school when it comes to teachers. Actually, Suno's reached out to teachers to use Suno as a learning tool. So, I listened to, I shit you not, a song that went through the first 20 digits of pi. Somebody created that and is using that as a learning tool because as a kid, you probably remember some things you were sure. It was easy to remember by using a song or a poem. And if you got a catchy song behind it, it's that much easier. So yeah, kids gravitate toward this. I'd love to see what Jonas would come up with. So like I said, our final track here, I get meta. I'm like, okay, this is really neat. I've done a lot of different things. What would be a good way to close out the song? And the stuff that was hitting or close out the album, stuff that was going through my mind was like, well, what does Clutch do? Clutch will throw on a live track.
Oh my God.
So I was like, okay, got to come up with a good song. I got to come up with a good premise for what's it about. Well, Mark, I don't like tomatoes. You don't, huh? I am not a tomato fan.
Okay.
So
you know who else doesn't like tomatoes? Melissa. Why don't you go bowling with her?
Grab a ball. So what I did was I was like, okay, I'm going to do a live song. And this was obviously, I saw somebody else do this on the Explore page. And I'm like, I had no idea that Suno could do this. Okay. So I was like, how meta would it be to have a live song on your Time to Eat album referencing the Time to Eat album? So here we go. This is No Tomatoes.
How y'all feeling out there? Hungry? You might remember this was Time to Eat. Sing it loud. Mushy and red, I can't stand it when you're hiding in my sandwich. You ruin the taste, you're a nasty fruit. Toss them in the trash, give them the boot.
Sing it.
No tomatoes, no tomatoes, when it's burger time. No tomatoes, when it's taco time. No tomatoes, no tomatoes, no tomatoes, when it's burger time.
I hate the fact that this is catchy.
No
oh, yeah. Get ready.
Oh, that's funky. Oh, that's funky. Oh, that's funky.
So as if you couldn't tell.
I don't know if Chuck Berry is dead, but if he is, he's turning over in his grave.
There's our second song that had funk in the genre. This was live music, up-tempo 80s pop funk, male vocals, audience singing live. That was the prompt for the genre. And I couldn't fucking believe how well it turned out, dude. I was sitting there, I was like, holy shit, it sounds like a live version of this song. Like No Tomatoes was a song that came out on Time to Eat. But you know what? Because he says, you might remember this from Time to Eat. It never showed up on the album, by the way. But that's what I love about this song. It's so fucking meta. It's like you're throwing shit at the wind. And yes, no tomatoes when it's burger time, no tomatoes when it's taco time. And at the very end, this is very similar to the Chris Bailey song where like the guy goes off for a couple seconds and like he's interacting with the audience. I didn't put that shit in there. AI did all that shit. It like fucking started generating stuff and it was amazing. So yes, no tomatoes live from the kitchen.
Wow.
Oh,
Well, Tessie,
man.
I'm going to give you a solid B for this.
That means a lot to me. I would have been happy with a C, to be honest, because that's what I was usually.
Well, no, you were going for low effort, sort of off the cuff stream of consciousness. Like I had a moment with food, and I was like, I'm going to take that moment and make a song out of it unnecessarily, and
very much unnecessarily.
And it's like, and here's because I think when somebody sits down and puts the effort into songwriting, it's because they have a story to tell, a feeling to share, a moment in time that they think is relatable. And you were like, fuck that. I'm going to talk about my eating habits.
Yep.
Just to show you that I can do it.
Yep.
Which I think in and of itself is an editorial on where we are with art and artificial intelligence. That everything used to have to go through the prism of, one, is this marketable? Can we make money on it? Two, is it worth the time and effort and expense of creating it? And this absolutely runs in the opposite direction. I
just sit here. I mean, honestly, think about if this was an actual album that I decided to put together,
right,
and create. All right, how many hours and how much money and people's effort
and would it be worth it?
To come in to create something like this, nobody would want to do it.
No, if you came and pitched me and be like, "Hi, I would like to do a multiple genre." Stop right there. Get out. I would like to do a multiple genre tribute to funny moments in my home regarding food and meals. You would be dragged out and possibly forcibly committed.
Yeah, and if somebody decided to spend money on this, you like I said, you would have, I don't know,
it would be a comedy album. You would not be able to put this album out the way that you have it right now.
No,
okay, it would absolutely you would be like, okay, like we'll give you $20,000 and some studio time to do your stupid comedy record, but we're gonna set you up with Weird Al. And Weird Al is going to help you shape this thing into something someone might actually want to listen to.
Right.
And by the end of it, it would not be recognizable to what you had in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. There would be. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's just so clearly the advantage is that anybody can do this now.
Yeah.
And it can sound, you could say that as silly as those songs were, they sound like a fucking $1 million. They sound like there was definitely some effort put into the instrumentation and the songs that were, and I didn't do any of that. Not a single bit of it. All I did was just prompt the genre and then tell it what I wanted to say and let it go.
My last question to you, and then we'll move on to the final video of the night. And it's a serious question because we've talked about it in our private chats, but I kind of want to put it out here on the show. You're involved in kind of a moment in art in terms of like a civil war happening.
Oh yeah, dude.
Between people who look at what you're doing and think you're ruining culture and everything that gets in your path, and then people that are on your side going, that's what they said about fire in the wheel. Get the fuck over it. Invention is the tool of the creators. I think it's the phrase something along the lines of like, ingenuity is the mother of all creation. I can see both sides. but you can talk to it better than I can because you're involved in it. Like, you're on the one side of, hey, this stuff is here. Let's let the democratization of creativity and distribution can be a wonderful thing. Certainly the punk rocker in me sees the value in that.
Yeah.
But there's people making the argument of, you are ruining music.
Yeah.
So let's just focus on that, because we're a music podcast, this particular one, and we just looked at your artificial intelligence prompted album, and someone would look at this. People are looking at this and going, "This is why music is being destroyed."
Yeah, man, you're right. I have agonized over the thought of actually losing some friends.
Really?
Due to this. Yeah, I mean, there are a couple very vocal people who are anti-artificial intelligence. People that I wouldn't think would be, but I mean, they are. You mentioned punk rock. They kind of, embody that punk rock vision that I have, but they are very much staunch supporters of artists, which I understand. That's fine. I am too. There was a comment that somebody had made on, I think it was a post on Suno, or somebody took a Suno song and posted it on this artist's page. It was Alestorm. Holy shit, it was Alestorm. I remember that. So somebody created a pirate shanty song with Suno, posts it on the Alestorm Facebook page, and says the music industry's in trouble now. Holy shit, listen to this song. It was a good song. Sounded good. Everybody was like, hey, this sounds really good. Now, will the music industry change? I think yes. There have been people who have said that probably before the end of this year, you are going to hear a top 40 hit that is completely AI, and I absolutely believe that. I think that that's going to happen. That means that recording industry, or the recording companies that the labels, where are they going to put their money? That's probably where a lot of this is. A lot of fear is. It's like, are they going to take money from me and just throw it into AI? Maybe that's the case. I don't know, but I can tell you that my daughter will always love Taylor Swift. You and I are always going to love Clutch. There are always going to be artists out there that are going to speak to us. And whether it's AI or a real person, I don't know. There's somebody behind that.
Let me help you. Death Clock is probably the best example of something you're talking about. Death Clock is a cartoon band, but the cartoon band is backed by real people, or a real guy.
Right.
A real guy created the Death Clock music.
Mm-hmm.
That guy tours as Death Clock.
Right.
Like, they project the band on a movie screen, but him and some other musicians are playing like in a little orchestra pit. And they tour. They've gone on multiple tours. I've seen Death Clock twice. And so somebody who, like, this Time to Eat, somebody comes to you and says, okay, well, obviously there's no money to be made off of this. You gave it away for free, you psycho. But what if we booked you in gigs? And then you'd say, well, I don't leave the house. But I
would be honored. You have no idea how honored I would be if somebody came up to me and asked me to do something like that. And I said, no, but if you would, maybe you could find somebody that want to cover one of my songs.
Right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they took Time to Eat and they found musicians, and those musicians toured Time to Eat.
Right, dude. I mean, why not? This tool, I made low effort, did everything I could with this tool, and I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. The artists have a different, they obviously have a different leg in this business, and they are able to create lyrics that mean a lot more than what I put out here. So they could use this tool to fine tune things. And let's just say, oh shit, that AI song I just created is great. It's my song now. I'll just go and perform it. If you have the chops to perform it, that's the other thing I was getting to, is that artists now are going to be held in very high regard. If you can play a fucking guitar in person, you're going to be able to do way more than an artificial intelligence can, because there is that personal interaction that you have with a concert or an artist, or, that is there. That real life thing is there.
The Gorillaz are another cartoon band. And as I understand it, when the Gorillas tour, you don't see the band at all. You just see the cartoon.
The cartoons on the screen.
So can you imagine somebody takes time, they get a handful of musicians, different singers, because you have different genres, different musicians, and they're playing behind a screen, and on screen is some sort of animated nonsense.
Yeah.
And that tours. Like another example of this would be, and then after this, we got to move on to the last segment. But like there's orchestral performances that play along a movie screen. So like you can go see Star Wars in concert, and there's an orchestra doing the music of John Williams, and all you're getting is flashes of the Star Wars movies on screen.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to see it live, but there was like the music of Bugs Bunny that toured for a while.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen them do that with like video games too, like Final Fantasy. I think Final Fantasy 7. They did something very similar where the orchestras, you go watch them play that, and they would put shit up on the screens.
Right.
To circle back to the Alestorm comment, just to kind of again put a stamp on this. Alestorm is Alestorm. You can create as many sea shanties as you want. You're not going to get fucking baked beans and ducks. You might get a song about them, but you certainly aren't going to get that personal experience. Alestorm's not in trouble. Alestorm's not going to lose any fucking business because somebody created this. There might be a little competition from AI, but that personal thing is not going to be there. So as far as the recording industry goes and music in itself, I think there is going to be a bit of a shift in what's really changing for me is the music that, the last time I listened to Spotify was probably earlier tonight, but there was a long gap where all I've been doing is listening to AI songs. So where I get my music from is changing.
Right.
That's where the change is for sure. So, all right, go ahead, man. Let's move on.
All right. Well, in our final segment of tonight, again, normally this would be Robert Cooper's pick, but he initially even just said he wasn't going to pick a song. So, I picked one for him, and then he opted to not come on tonight because he's having some difficulties. But there's a guy, he actually just gave his notice, unfortunately. I'm going to miss him. He was fun. I used to bust his chops at work. And he's a big time basketball fan. So he got everyone to pick March Madness brackets, of which I tied because I had UConn winning the whole thing.
Look at you.
Yeah, me and my boss tied in the amount of points won for a March Madness bracket. So that was pretty cool. And we've been, I've been sharing my sports betting thing with him, and he'll kind of give me some guidance. And then, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But, me and him, we got along really, really well, and we bonded over basketball, which, I've never been the world's biggest basketball fan, but I played when I was a kid. I never got as far as necessarily trying out for a team, but like I played pickup basketball with the kids in the neighborhood. It's halfway decent, a decent 3-point shot, because there's no way I was going to my fat ass was ever going to dunk. Can you imagine a fucking giant yam trying to like put a basket in? I'm on the lower end of average height. I am not, and I don't have quite the ups. But
when they talked about Spud Webb, you're just the potato web.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna write a song about it.
Do you remember? Oh, please let me get started here. You know who Spud Webb is, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah,
okay,
he's like 3 feet tall and had a vertical leap of like fucking Superman.
We grew up together. All right.
Yes,
there you go. All right.
So anyway, that being said, we were having a conversation about basketball in the office, and I'm always one for like, hey, let me show you this TikTok, let me show you this video, let me show you this thing that's gonna make you laugh. So he had to go of it one day, and he was like, have you ever seen? I can't remember how we started talking about Fergie. Oh, I know what it was. I had music going in the office, and Barracuda came on by Heart, and we were jamming after that in the office. I said, "Oh, have you ever heard Fergie do her cover of Barracuda?" And he looks up from his computer. He takes his earbuds out. He was like, "Let me tell you something about Fergie that you didn't know. Fergie sang the national anthem at an NBA All-Star game a few years ago. Have you seen this video?" And I'm like, "No, I don't pay attention to any of this stuff." He was like, "Oh, sir."
Uh-oh.
And he called a crowd over of people. And he was like, you must increase your bus, but you also should see this fucking video and what all it wrought. So,
oh boy.
Yeah. Here is Fergie singing
Oh man.
The national anthem at the NBA All-Star game. Can we first talk about the fact he's wearing a see-through lace dress at a public basketball game?
Oh my goodness.
You ever see someone get a hard-on through their eyes?
So there have been some iconic singings of the national anthem. Roseanne Barr comes to mind.
Sure.
This is the first time I've ever seen.
They can't keep still. They're all like shifting their weight, trying to adjust their crotches. That guy's praying to God he doesn't jizz his pants. Oy. So why she went for the happy birthday Mr. President aesthetic?
Yeah, she definitely is over the top with this thing.
Yeah. So I'm not the world's best singer, but I can bust a nut doing karaoke. What this sounds like.
This is different. Back. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Put a little stank.
Oh my God, look at him. Yeah, he messed up his shorts.
He's like, oh, baby.
Mm-hmm. Like, half of them are trying to not laugh. I'm so happy with myself.
Burgalicious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Woo! Play ball. Play balls. Hey.
Yeah, let's play some basketball, yo.
Well,
So I got something for you.
it's an era and a new era at Panera.
That's great. Thanks. Hang on.
Not a sponsor.
So, what'd you think of that, Jesse?
Well, that was the national anthem sung by Fergie. I didn't really. I mean, that was different. Definitely different.
Okay. Ready?
Oh no.
The year 2020.
Oh my God. Hang on.
It's the year 2024.
Yeah, Missy Elliott's on tour. Who gives a fuck?
The Star Spangled Banner, Fergie.
Oh.
This isn't the one. This isn't the one that he played for me.
Oh,
I mean, this
here
is
we
it.
go.
Hang on. This isn't the one I wanted to play for you because there's one of them in the locker room.
We're getting down.
That's place. Oh, this is the one. Here it is.
Oh boy. Fergie's ex by playing national anthem remix in the locker room.
Yeah, buddy. Get it. This is my favorite part.
Oh, bro comes through with the shaky leg. Nice. Let's play some basketball.
Let's play some basketball.
Woo!
Jesse, you ready to play some basketball?
I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah, these shows are getting longer and
Well,
longer.
2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't know what the hell you're doing here.
I had a friend come on and make a stupid album about food, and I just let him talk forever.
That was a brilliant decision.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
This is why professionals do this and not assholes in midlife crisis.
True.
All right. Monday, speaking of assholes having a midlife crisis, me and Ronnie talked WrestleMania weekend. Jesse, I have a new co-host of the Whiskey Rebellion. His name is Ronnie Adams because I can't get him to do a fucking TV or a movie review worth of shit. But I can have him come on for an hour and just speak his mind.
Oh, well, that's good.
We call it the Whiskey Rebellion. Ronnie comes on for an hour and beats a shoe about Ghostbusters or wrestling or whatever the fuck is tickling in his sack.
Okay.
And it works. It works.
Good. Good.
Me and him just have a public conversation for an hour. That's what we do.
Keep it an hour.
Yep.
One of these days he'll work his way up to 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Not in this lifetime.
Oh shit.
That is a special thing I reserve for you and Ronnie.
Oh, that means so much to me.
Yes, sir. So anyway, we talked WrestleMania weekend. We talked about the Paul Heyman's fame speech. We talked about WrestleMania's night 1 and night 2. A very, very brief mention of NXT, but most importantly, we also talked about Effie's Big Gay Brunch number 9. So that was that. Tomorrow, Sean and I talk cinema. We talk Waking Life, Run Lola Run, a Marriage Story. So that'll be tomorrow. Next week, the Damn You Hollywood is back, and it's better than ever. We're going to be reviewing Civil War. Chris Owens from Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do will be on the talk with us. That'll be fun. Sean and I are doing it was one of the few redos that we're doing from the original run of Long Road to Ruin. We're going to be looking at the Lethal Weapon series, all 4 movies. Wednesday, Ronnie Adams is hosting a TV party tonight. He's looking at Fallout. I believe you'll have Pat Mullen and his Screaming Boy co-host on that show when he tells me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
Okay.
on a special Friday night edition of Long Road to Ruin, this is a reschedule from earlier in the year. Chris Bailey is allowed to come out and play. His wife is saying, I'm going to go do my nails, so go play with your friend for an hour. So we're going to be looking at the Flintstones. The Flintstones and Viva Rock Vegas.
All right.
All right, Jesse Starcher, tell us where you and Evan Bevins pissed from.
Oh, goodness. Well, you guys got a little taste of Time to Eat tonight. So if you want to, go over to my SoundCloud. Go to SoundCloud, type in Stizzy, look for Time to Eat, and you should be able to find the album, the playlist. I've got a couple other playlists on there. Mark's he almost wanted me to cover this one tonight, but I decided not to. And that's Chips and Synth, which is chip tunes and synthwave. It's a synthwave chiptune playlist that I put together of songs I created with Suno. And then, Mark is paying absolutely no attention to me. That's all right.
You're doing plugs. What do you want from me?
I said it was your favorite album, chiptunes. You're supposed to go,
you son of a bitch.
There it is. All right. And then a third album that I created, which is completely dubstep. And it is called Release the Dub Step. Yeah, see, Mark gets it because he's a Clutch fan. So yes, I got to release the dubstep, which on that album, I can tell you right now, there's some great songs. AI, Drop, WTS, Twinkie, Blue Light Special. That's right, a Kmart Blue Light Special dubstep song. That's right, Mark Radulich, you know it. And Bunny. But anyway, check that out. Listen, go check out the Source Material Comics podcast. It's over on the Source Material Comics feed right here with the W2M network. And that is where you can find me and Mark talking about The Mask. Mask returns and Mask Strikes Back is what's upcoming next. That's our comic book discussion we're having over there. We also have the Unspoken Issues podcast where this past Monday, myself and Chris Armstrong released a discussion on the 3-issue and we released the dub. We released the discussion on the 3-issue series adaptation of Darkman. So that was pretty fun. And then, of course, Snap material with my buddy Evan Bevins, where we talk Marvel Snap, that mobile card game.
Until Jonas comes on, he shows your asses what's up.
He's coming on next show. May is the plan. So when we get our dates, that's when Jonas is coming on. We're going to be discussing. I think we're going to have a good old time with Jonas. So kind of keep an eye out for that. But yeah, that's been released. I think that's it. That's all I've got. Thanks for letting me put my album out there in the world. You know, I how many years have I been doing this? And you know what? This is all I've been trying to lead up to, is just to like just have a platform.
This was the master plan, huh?
Fucking long game, brother.
Befriend the guy doing a podcast, so that eventually you'd work your way up to like best friend, and then
now I got to find another person to befriend for 10 years, and then turn around and release another album at that point. I don't know what fucking AI is going to be like in 10 years, but it's going to be crazy. Thanks again, Mark. This was fun, dude.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for hanging for almost 3 hours with us on this show. For Jesse Starcher of Skynet, I'm the mandated reporter and frankly unmortified Mr. Mark Radulich. Be well, be safe, and behave.